Yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm trying to figure out the um, the game feed here, and while I'm doing that, we can take a look-see at this bracket. For anyone who missed the previous games here, we have had Pike Stackers win 2-0 against Dragon Core, Cross to Rubicorn win 2-0 against Cool Guys, and of course RandomX and Beekeep are 1-1 going into this. Do you think I'm gonna have to restart this game of mine because this is not picking up for whatever reason?
Quick, everyone,
So
be distracted with the fancy bracket.
yeah.
Look at this amazing
passive
overlay.
is BJ. I'm gonna let you guys discuss this land battle that is coming up and what your thoughts
Oh,
are
because
on it.
I love land battles so much.
Mm-hmm. So I've heard, Pass. So I've heard.
You've been talking about it non-stop, haven't you, Pass? These
Yeah.
past few days, you're most excited about this part of the tournament, aren't you? The land
Oh
battles.
yeah, for sure. Like I definitely know that hoplites are the way to go.
Oh, definitely. Hoplites and peltasts, right?
Yes, the peltests
There
and
we go.
hoplites. I mean, they're just so good. You can't go wrong. I think Sacred Band is the correct choice always. There's never a time you should pick Sacred Band.
Yeah, definitely the best choice.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see how this points overlay is working, so we can. Yeah, that's for sure blocking the factions, and I guess
A little big, Kander, but you know what?
I can. I can.
It
fix
works.
That.
It works. It's fine.
A little bit smaller, maybe.
Well, at least you can see the number of points each faction is. So there are perks to having it that size.
Oh,
I
well-
think. I think we're gonna get there.
that might
now
be
you can't
a
see the
smidge small.
numbers.
A smidge small.
Let's not. All right. All right.
What, Arista? You don't like this? This is the best part of the stream whenever he's filtering with stuff, and you can just see the
So
black, right?
again, guys, welcome. How does chat feel about this this matchup? Do you have any predictions for the land battle? First of all, I know I have my gut feeling here, but I want to see what you all think. Hello, Joe. Hello, Ellington. Welcome. I'm so glad you could join us from work, Ellington. I promise I won't tell your boss. Although you are the manager there, so you should be fine. RandomX wins as a mod. Who else got some predictions here?
Is it the prediction for the land battle or
Yeah,
for
for the
the
land
match
battle,
in general?
For the land
The
battle
land
to
battle.
start with.
That's what we're on.
Yeah, land battle. Well, I think it comes down to faction picks, of course, but I think the better land battle players are, I'm going to have to say, are the Beekeeps.
Speaking of picks, we got the first two picks. We have Lusitani from the Beekeeps and Chimeria from RandomX.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting already. So you've got decent infantry, but it's very susceptible to ranged fire and cavalry charges. And Samaria is a pretty solid faction in the Fury Free, especially with the point system as it currently is. Decent hoplites and decent range, to be honest. So if used correctly, that can definitely counter Lusitani.
Oh, I've seen you absolutely rip with Chimeria, so I think it's definitely a great pick here. We see Beekeep exploring Kolkis here. So
Another good faction.
Another good faction. Let me pull up this point system again, so you guys can follow how many points they're spending here. And could you just quickly, BJ, go through how the points will work here in this land battle so that the folks viewing are up to par, up to speed?
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, RandomX are on 0 points at this current stage in the overall match, and the Beekeeps have +1. But due to the factions they have picked, they both gain an extra point. So currently, we are at 1 point for RandomX and 2 points for the Beekeeps. So they could, at this point in time, actually get a +1 faction or +2 faction, depending on how many points they've got. I wouldn't recommend it, though, because they need to save these points for the siege battle. So we're probably just going to see more 0-point factions being used here.
Yeah. And it is no shocker
yeah,
that
we'll see.
Lusitania and Chimera are the two first ones, because the only other option being Odrysian Kingdom for +1, of course.
Yeah, so Thrace is very strong. Neighbours are really good, but again, very susceptible to ranged fire. And even a good Cataphract charge is gonna really hurt them. Or any heavy cavalry charge, really. I think Lusitania is a safer option out of the two of them, though. So that's probably why you haven't seen
And speaking of Thrace,
it just got picked.
Yeah. So we have 2 picks from each team now. Bactria was the Beekeep's second pick, and Thrace was RandomX second pick. And
are they banning or not?
Doesn't look like it.
Haven't seen any bans yet.
I'm not sure if it actually is the same for land battles there.
Interesting.
Well, it is. Same pick and ban system.
So something's gone a bit wrong here, I think.
Well, I'm going to check in. So, we were mentioning, the day before, that the Beekeep do have 2 players who have been pretty active in Mr. Ellington's Hot Seat Masters. And those players are, of course, Titus and the B-Man. Titus recently won, I think it was on Saturday or even Sunday. He actually won it. So they've had plenty of land battle practice in that team. Romulus, not so much. But I think Titus and Beast will be able to carry that quite well on their own. So as far as RandomX goes, of course, they have been practicing leading up to this land battle, but they do not have that same regular practice, so we'll see if they practice enough on their own, try to get some competitive pracs in maybe. They could have probably banned while I restarted as True Pep. You're very correct about that, so yeah, let's just assume that the players know what they're doing.
Okay.
Nabababatea is Titus's pick, and they banned Pontus. So we're waiting for RandomX last pick here.
Yeah, I'm presuming Saba has been banned already. Otherwise, that would have been picked up straight away.
yeah, that is the assumption. Saba, of course, being an excellent land battle faction. Not a bad siege faction either, I think. I know I love playing Saba, and we also saw in the first quarterfinals, Cross to Rubicorn did quite well with that faction on Alexandria. So let's wait and see what RandomX is going to pick for their third faction here. Let's see what chat is up to. It's very active. I love it, guys. Keep going with that.
Yeah. Pep's asking if you could ask what the first 2 bans are.
Yeah.
Most likely Saba.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Saba and something else.
Maybe Parthia?
Could be.
Because they haven't taken any of the heavy.
Or Arabachi, how you pronounce
That's
it.
true too. Saba.
Yeah, Saba and
Saber, as BJ says, and Parthia. Okay.
All right.
Parthia. 2 pretty good cavalry factions gone.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, Kander, being all polite.
Hey, I have my moments. Yeah, so let's tell you.
They picked a Vernie. So, God, I thought I read a Vernie there. I was thinking, why would they do that? But no, they got Arabachi. Okay.
Arabachi. So, looking at the number of points they've spent here, it's a little less for RandomX, right? Because they got 2 plus
Well, they
ones.
haven't spent any points. They've gained a point.
Right. But they actually gained. So
Yeah. So both teams have gained points so far.
RandomX gaining 1 extra then.
2, actually. They've gained 2.
Yeah, but one more than
Yes. Yeah.
than the beekeep.
So, baby Jesus, do you think that maybe the Beekeep should have went with Thrace for their second pick, or
Ooh.
be for that extra point?
Personally, I would have picked Temeria first. I think they are actually better than Lusitani and Thrace in a 3v3.
This is also because you love playing with them, and I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't.
Yes,
That
they have. They've got they've got Pick Paltas and those pretty cheap noble infantry. And you get the cheap shot cav as well. And against factions like Lusitani and Thrace, if you can disrupt their initial charge of those shot cav, and you charge with your hoplites, you're already pinning them down, and it's hard for them to really pull off a decent attack on your front line, especially when you start, using all your range behind them, because both of those factions are so susceptible to range fire. So personally, Samaria would have been a good pick, but now that Hermes team has got it, it's could be interesting to see where they put it, what they use with it.
Very interesting indeed, and I think as the players are building their army comps, we're probably going to see this land battle start in a little moment here. So we have made our little predictions here for the land battle. There seems like chat has gone a little bit half and half, RandomX and Beekeep. Pontus is a good land battle all-rounder, says Niels. Aristocrat is asking when the Apollo collaboration will happen. Well, we'll see about that, won't we? And,
after he sees your streams of your overlays, he's going to be begging you to stream with you.
Yes, of course. These overlays will make anyone swoon. No problem, streamer Kander. Says Iceni here. All right. We got a battle, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm so pumped for this. This is going to be...
This would be interesting, yeah.
This is going to be interesting. So the Beekeep versus RandomX. We got the land battle starting now. And let's see how these two teams line up. Because, so like I mentioned on the first part of this matchup, these two teams know each other really well. They've played a lot with each other, against each other, and I think that they're gonna try to make predictions here of like who's gonna match up against who and try to counter that. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see, because there's gonna be a lot of chess, a lot of chess moves, it looks like Lusitani is taking the center, so that is Romulus for Beekeep.
Yeah.
And
Samaria should go center as well.
Yeah, Titus taking the right flank, and B taking the left flank with Bactria. While we seeing a little bit of a mixed, but yeah, Chimeria in the middle, Odrysian Kingdom on the right flank, and Aravachi on the left. So Odrysian Kingdom versus Bactria. What are your thoughts there, BJ?
Are those noble infantry that he's got? Thracian nobles.
Yeah,
Thracian nobles.
Yeah, it looks like Thracian nobles. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go through these while we're at it. Quite a lot of Thracian warriors, also, but that is for sure the only option here, unless you want to go hoplites, which I know pacifists would probably.
I would definitely approve of that. That's a good
Scythian
point.
I would
hoplites.
say no. I would say no.
Ah,
for
get those
Mingram.
hoplites.
And then Cabirian nobles, another Scythian. Pick peltasts. I like that.
Yeah, that is good.
And then, yeah, for Aravachi, we don't even have to look. It's just gonna be
Guitari.
It's just gonna be scoots for days. Scoots, and scoots. We got 1 noble and 3 Celt-Iberian cav. And then, of course, an Iberian spears on the flank there. Chat, what do you think about these army comps? What do you think about these matchups that we're seeing here now? Aravachi versus Navatea, Cameria versus Lusitani, and Odrysian Kingdom versus Bactria. While you guys make your predictions there, I think the battle is about to start, and we're just going to quickly go through here. We got Thorax for Bactria, along with a ton of Scythian horse archers and Bactrian noble horse. Very interesting army comp there from Beast. I do like it. Cav heavy is prone to be a very good thing here in land battles. Veteran shields, of course, for Lusitani, along with a Lusitani noble and some slingers, Balearic slingers, flanked by 2 Scutari cavalries. Armored Desert Hoplites, along with Nabatean Axe warriors here. Not enough Armored Desert, maybe, but Titus knows what he's doing. Tribes people. That's a unit you don't see every day, right? Although in lab battles, you probably do see them more, I would assume. And then we, of course, have some caddy fracts, which I love seeing. Along with some heavy lancers.
The desert heavy lancers, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the noble cav as well.
So yeah, that's a pretty nice cavalry force there for Nabatea, especially against Scutari. They should hit really hard, but if he doesn't get those cavalry charges off, Scutari are going to chew up those axe warriors.
Mm-hmm. So battle is on the way. Whew.
Look at that cat moving. So beautiful.
It is beautiful, isn't it? Listen to these hooves.
The horse archers, if used correctly, could really push that flank.
Yeah, and we do see an aggressive push here from Bactria right away, trying to get in on the Thracian horsemen. Not really getting that first volley. It's okay though, as long as they don't keep wasting. So this one did clip a couple, or one at least. So they're gonna try to dodge here. Icini's gonna try to dodge some of those arrows to milk out some of the ammo, I think. We also see pretty wide here from Aravachi. Spreading his lines pretty thin. What do you think about that, BJ?
Yeah, I mean, he needs to keep a presence in front of that Scutari line, because his cavalry, if he does push hard on that flank with his cavalry, he can definitely smash straight through it. But if he does spreads out a bit too thin, it might be all right. I have to see how he plays it, but yeah, the Scutari is what I'd be worried about.
Slingers have started shooting for Bactria now into the Thracian warriors. Of course, they're just going to rip through those poor Thracian warriors. Slingers having also engaged each other here for Chimeria and Lusitani. Balearic Slingers should do well there. And we do have the first engagements of the battle with Veteran Shields slamming into Scythian Hoplites. This is an engagement they should be winning easily. Also, very interesting here because there is going to be a little bit of a gap here for anyone wanting to utilize that, as we also see Bactria and the Thracian warriors clash here. Thracian warriors are going to do well initially, but then they're not going to do well at all.
They'll start to die.
We already saw this one starting to lose. These two are indeed also going to struggle, but they're going to be helped
Thracian
by
nobles.
these Thracian nobles, and cavalry is also getting into each other here now. Thracian horsemen are charging in fully into these Bactrian noble horse, but these are very heavy shot cap, or heavy melee cap, sorry. And
not looking too good for Fraser, actually.
No, this is a very volatile army in general, and this is a nice charge that he's getting in. The Thorax could be in danger, but they're also going to expose their backs here, and Slingers should be able to do quick work of them. As we see in the middle here, Lusitani has gotten the upper hand, it looks like, with the engagements. The Scythian hoplites are going to have an issue against these veteran spears, and Chimerian
Ooh, that
Noble.
general's taking a hit though.
Chimerian Nobles, though, are maybe both of these are losing because they're getting shot. Pick Peltas getting into
yeah,
the
like as I
sides.
said, if you support those hoplites against a low armored faction, you've got those pick peltas. They're gonna really beat them up. As you can see, once that Lusitani general goes down, that Lusitani line is just gonna crumble.
Mm-hmm. And this is well done with by Mingram here.
Somebody says Lusitani Cav in the back line.
Lusitani Cab in the back line.
I don't see it.
Well, there's one
Aristo,
there.
you lied. Aristo, you lied to us.
We're seeing Lusitani, as you said, they're really not doing well here, and Chimera is going to be able to break through in the center here unless
it's going to start a lot of pressure on the flanks of the other two factions now. Split right in the middle there.
Bactrio better move in and reinforce here. We also see Nabatea struggling a little bit, which is expected.
So Thrace is getting beat up a little bit, but I think he's going to be alive longer than Lusitani at this rate. So
we also see all the Arvachi Cav engaged while we have a Noble Cav trying to flank around here. Another Noble Cav into battle with the Iberian Spears and a Celtiberian Cavalry. A Scutari lining up to Pila a little bit here, or Iberian Swords. Ooh, into the general most likely. Hermes setting up some really juicy angles there, but he is going to get charged by Desert Heavy Lancers.
Yeah, they need to get in there right now.
They need to get in. They cannot stand on now. The attack order came, and surprisingly, he's charging in with the Iberian Swords because, of course, with Arvachi, you can't aim and shoot with the Iberian Swords. You have to do fire at will, and it did not look like he was getting that off. Lusitani has actually improved their situation a little bit, but it's still not looking too great, and there's huge gaps going on right now. This is where
cavalry play becomes quite important with all these gaps opening up.
Scythian horse archers, it's beautiful seeing them move in unison like this. It's like what do you call it? Murmuration. Oh yeah. Thracian nobles are ripping apart these thorax swords, and not many thorax left. So well done by Adrician Kingdom, gobbling up those thorax. This is gonna be a battle decided by Cav with Baby Jesus prediction, and I am inclined to agree here. Nabatea has been doing well on the Cav front here. Of course, Nabatea and the Axe Warriors have not done as well, though, but they have caused quite a few losses along with these. I
think if Nabatea can pin that general down, the Aravachi general, that could really hurt their morale.
They seem to have three units on that Noble Cav, so it is not looking good for Arvachi.
That could really hurt them now, because like we said, the infantry was the biggest worry really here for Nabatea.
And Veteran Shields has been doing excellent here, so there's still 3 of them left, one of them looking very healthy, 2 chevrons, and then 2 very depleted, another depleted one.
I'm surprised they're still fighting. I'm surprised Lusitani's still fighting.
Look at this. Oh. Yeah,
it's gonna be. It's told you now with the remaining batch of horse archers. Depending how much ammo they've got, they could definitely just ruin the backs of the Scutari and any of these remaining naval hoplites. Really,
we're starting to see a slight advantage for the Beekeep. Would you agree?
If that general goes down, because of the cavalry. There's too much cavalry. It's gone. So my money's already on the Beekeeps now. There's heavy lancers, and I can see some heavy melee cavalry there as well.
Just a shit ton of slingers left here now also. They're obviously not going to do a lot. 2 Iberian swords, 1 Iberian sword and 1 Scutari against 1 armored hoplite. It's not surprising that that's the only infantry unit left from Nabatea. Those Axe Warriors do be a little lackluster in this department.
Yeah, he should have taken those armored hoplites, really. That's probably the better infantry option for Nabatea.
He did go heavy on the Cav, so I'm sure he did. He budgeted accordingly. As we see Pickpeltas getting into some veteran shields. They're a very decent melee unit for ranged, but not any chance against veteran shields. Bactria has been mopping up Thrash fairly well here, and we see these Scythian horse archers just roaming around now. They're gonna for sure get into these remaining Aravachi troops, who are forming a little bit of a blob here now, trying to consolidate their forces. And yeah, it's gonna be a tough ask against all of this cav.
Looking rough. It's looking rough.
It is looking rough indeed. And for those of us joining, we do have quarterfinals land battle deciding who is going to attack on the third and final siege battle in this matchup between Beekeep and RandomX. And let's also oops, that was not the one that I wanted to get up.
That's not what you wanted.
Point
It's a shame though that he's got 2 pockets of infantry there. Like he's got 2 individual pockets of remaining troops separated from each other.
Do you think Hermes have given up here now, seeing it's pointless trying to get them together, or?
No, I mean, he should never give up.
Should never give up.
You never know. If he's got slinger ammo, he's definitely got a chance still.
Looks like he does have a couple with some decent amount here. What did we see? We had 59 in the one, but there's 56 left only, and then 121. So they should have some left also. Which indeed all of them seem to have, although some more than others.
Yeah. And the Balearic slingers, though, at this point in the game, almost every unit's already been touched a little bit, so they're all hurting.
They
a couple of volleys from those slingers are going to really hurt.
They're going to melt.
Hello.
Hello, Willem, and welcome to the party.
Yes.
Willem joining us straight from soccer practice. How was it, buddy?
It was heavy. My condition is not too great.
Heavy?
My balls. No.
Oh my god.
No, the
sabotage. Right. This is sabotage.
Coming in hot, Willem. All right. Let's see what these Balearic slingers are going to try to do here now. The issue here, of course, is they have no form of infantry cover whatsoever. So
yeah, you need to bring those 2 scoots back.
Try and cover these. They're trying to go for the noble cav. I'd probably focus on the veteran shields at this point, but yeah, I mean, it really does not seem like it's going to make much of a difference.
Yeah, I mean, just one cabbie charge from behind and it's over.
So we are looking like the Beekeep are going to be able to defend on Burdigala.
Can you let me know how much points each team used?
Yeah, so RandomX gained 2 points and the Beekeep had 1 point to start the battle. So they have 2 points as well, and if they win this land battle, which it looks like they are, they will have 3 points.
And Hermes team will have?
2.
2, okay. And they probably have to attack with 2.
Yeah.
Most likely. It depends on what they pick.
Yeah, it's gonna look pretty good for
it's the end of the fight.
The beast.
Yeah. So yeah, again, welcome everyone to this matchup. I think we're starting to see the wrap up of this land battle. Beekeep taking it, and that was well deserved, I'd say. Let's look at these kills. I think most of the players did well. Thrash struggled, but it is a hard matchup, I think. Against any sort of thorax-based faction, with that amount of cav backing it up, and indeed Beast just absolutely ripped with his horse archers.
The
Thorax also does extremely well against Thracian warriors. Of course, struggling a little bit against the nobles, but I think the nobles were focused down by slingers pretty well and horse archers. So Titus with his axe warriors did not do very well. Nabatean swords, I keep saying it. Why not bring Nabatean swords instead of these axe warriors every time? Because look at these
Oh yeah,
his
Nabatean
kills-
swords are really good, but they're just
Yeah.
a little bit risky, especially for sieges. But
Yeah.
for land battles, they're for sure good.
Tribes people struggling a little here.
Real
with,
well.
They worked out very well. The tries
Good
people.
job, Titan. Good job, Titan.
Yeah. Of course, he did pretty well with this cav here that made up for that pretty well. Romulus in the center did quite all right, I would say, right? This was not a bad performance whatsoever.
No, he did well. The army he
held
was
up.
fighting was tough, especially in the center. Being in the center is rough. You can't really outflank. You're sort of relying on your teammates, and
What are
if
the
you're going up against a faction like Cimmeria when you lose Tani, if they've got the right build, it really hurt, and we saw how much it hurt him. But he stuck in the fight.
Yeah. And
what do you guys think was the MVP of the battles?
B-Man.
Oh, B-Man.
Yeah.
You got to give it to B-Man.
Bees did well.
I also think Mini held up well in the mid-center. The center was quite volatile. There was a lot of deaths happening there, and I think Chimera v Lusitani, that matchup he did extremely well in, I think. And
Yeah, he did
also the pick peltas, the angles he got into there, I really liked it, and he definitely chewed down the Lusitani army to just a couple of veteran shields. So I'd go with Beast and Mini as the MVPs here on their respective sides. And let's move into the chat here and see if perhaps we have they're no, they haven't really picked anything yet, I don't think. But we are gonna pull up the points so that we're not gonna see these faction or army comps. And I think this was our prediction, right? We did expect the Beekeep to do pretty well in this land battle because of the regular practice with land battles, and they did not disappoint.
Yeah, so we did think that they were going to do better in the land battle, and they did. But it was still close. It was closer than I thought it was going to be.
And let's see what chat is up to here, because I did not have a single chance at actually checking that out during this battle. So, let's see, Jack, Jace, Kander, we love you. I love you too. Surprised to see he's able to keep that slingers alive with just 3 units. Yeah, they did stay alive for a long time. Billy Blaze asking what's the points for the 3rd siege now, and multiplayer was very helpful answering that question. 3 for Beekeep, 2 for RandomX. Billy Blaze thinks B-Man was MVP. I called it days ago. Yeah, B did really well. Nice land battle. Yes, Tito, it was a nice land battle. And Aristocrat is asking what are the rules for missile units. It's 4 horse archers or horse missiles max.
There's a max on the horse missiles, yeah. For land battle, there's no rules really on the ranged infantry, because it's pretty risky taking a heavy amount of ranged infantry. Like 1 cavalry unit can just sweep them all up.
Yeah.
Obviously, in your 3v3, it's a little bit harder to get into them, but then your front line is suffering a little bit. So
yeah,
you still got to play it well.
You still gotta play it well. I have a question for chat. Are you hearing any music right now? Perhaps, maybe not. Either way, we're gonna try to get that going so that this wait won't be as or feel as long. I mean, it's still
looks like they're hearing music.
They're hearing music. All right.
I hear music.
Music. Good to hear, Aristo. Good to hear. I figured we have some tunes to get us into this mood, this siege mood, and going into this siege battle. Now, we did make some predictions for the land battle, but we have not yet made these predictions for the siege battle. Of course,
they're taking a little bit of a 5-minute break real quick.
Yeah, gives us excellent opportunity to discuss the how this is going to be looking going into this battle. And I think you should not underestimate the importance of this land battle, because as we saw on Sunday, both of these teams won their defensive battles quite handedly, especially, I would say, the Beekeep. Beekeep did extremely well on their defense and struggled, of course, on the attack, which could have been due to the fact that they did have a fill-in in the last second there, Titus, but he seemed to warm up nicely for that second battle, and he did quite well. So going into this, Beekeep do have a pretty big advantage, getting to defend on Burdigala. Of course, Burdigala is a pretty balanced map, right, Pass? Wouldn't you agree?
It's one of my favorite barb maps. Like, it's got all the nice little choke points, and it's got lots of options. You can attack the back, you can attack the front. Got lots of good angles to find with archers, and lots of potential mistakes for both teams to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and no, I gotta agree. It is definitely one of my favorite barb maps too, and it is it is not every barb map where you can say that it is balanced between the defenders and attackers. We have quite a few that are pretty defender heavy, I would say. So Burdigala, we see it a lot in tourneys, and for good reason. Of course, in tourneys, we do want as balanced of a fight as possible. And so we've made our predictions here. Kind of, what does chat think about this siege battle? Who do you think are gonna have the upper hand here? Do you agree with our assertion here, or do you have your own ideas of how this is gonna play out? I know that I think so. If we have Jacob saying, I think pass is a hot. Good luck, have fun, boys. Gotta agree with that. Gotta agree.
What?
It is Poe.
Oh, that's Poe. Hi, Poe.
That's Poe. And no wants
Ellington
to pick and ban
who won.
faster. Ellington, we did see a victory from Beekeep. Well-deserved victory, and it was down to the fact that they had more horse archers, more horses in general, I would say. BJ, you could probably offer a little bit of a more
insight
thought
on the land battle.
Thought out insight on that.
Yeah, I mean, Titus kind of didn't hold his flank very well, to be honest with you. So we'll have to, rip into him about that when he after this match. But so both teams performed well, honestly. Mini again did really well in the center. Lusitani, actually survived a lot longer than I thought he would. If Mini had broke through, then the whole fight could have switched over straight away. So Rom did great holding that front line.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, B's controlling his side really well, keeping those horse archers alive and making sure they're just picking away constantly at the Thracian nobles, which were his biggest threat there. Did a very good job of that. Because, you saw they were getting shot constantly and they still chewed up so much infantry. But I seen you just a bit unlucky, really, having to deal with horse archers and, slingers and stuff. But that's the thing. If you pick those factions, you got to be ready to deal with that. And it looks like B's team just managed to just play it a bit better, really, in the end.
And this point system really influenced this land battle quite a lot, as we saw. They're trying to, of course, gain points in this land battle so that they can have the best possible factions for the siege battle. I don't think we would have seen the same factions, do you? if it wasn't for this point system?
No, definitely not. I can't wait for this siege battle with these low point factions. I'm so excited for a competitive battle with these low tier factions. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I've never been into siege battles, but the point system got me interested straight away. It's definitely the way to go for siege battles, I think. definitely.
True.
It got boring, I think. In the old tournaments,
Yeah.
it's always the same factions, and I mean, it's still interesting. But I think when people have to, experiment with other factions and stuff, they might start to fall in love with the different ones, and you're going to see different play styles come out.
Yeah, and I see we got about 20 viewers, but only 10 likes. So people, smash that goddamn like button.
Just because you said that, I am gonna dislike your video. It's deserved. It's deserved. Okay, like look at that. Look at that. One dislike.
There you go. There you go.
Two.
I like the input. Either way. It looks like players are starting to get back here a little bit. In one moment, we'll pull up the little point system overlay so that we're not going to be able to see the army builds. Rome 2, of course, being a bit of a dodgy game when it comes to competitive play. So we got to kind of work around that. But for anyone joining us, this is leading up to the third and final siege battle between the Beekeep and RandomX. Beekeep are gonna go in defending in this battle. RandomX are gonna try their best at an attack at this barbarian settlement. It looks like we have a player change here also. Bloody Stranger coming in instead of Mini for the RandomX team. Beekeep looks like they're keeping their players intact. And what do you think about that change, Pacifist?
I don't know. I feel like subbing people in and out and stuff. I feel like the defenders will do it too. I think they're waiting. They're trying to get Saturate to play as well. So
yeah. So do you think they're gonna Beekeep are gonna switch out one of the players for Saturate? Which one, if that's the case?
Well, I think Titus is the clear choice here because he didn't bring enough Armored Desert Hoplite last game.
True that.
Yeah. Gotta bully Titus whenever
I'll
you
agree.
can.
Yeah. Should have had those Armored Deserts.
Also, that's a very good point, Billy. I will go make sure they set the map to large.
Yeah, that would have been a little unfortunate if they were stuck playing on medium.
Pep saying it didn't take 47 minutes this time.
I do like this map on medium, though, I gotta say. So it would be kind of funny or fun to watch, and it's quite an interesting one. Although I wouldn't say it's as balanced. So yeah, let's change that to large.
Be a tight fit, wouldn't it, with three defenders?
Billy Blaze, you're correct. It would be a huge oof because, of course, all of them would see each other's armies. Now they wouldn't really be allowed to change, would they? Do you know that, BJ?
No, I think once the army is picked, and if anything happens, you got to pick the same army.
Of course, Fight Me could probably answer that.
Yeah. No, yeah. If someone drops out or something, you mean? Or
yeah, if so, say they would start this battle with a medium map size.
oh yeah. Then they have to restart and then same army, same everything.
Yeah. So no.
It's more unlucky for the defenders, but yeah, there's not much you can do about that.
And we're still waiting for the last players to trickle in here after the little break. I can assume that Hermes have been out smoking a couple of cigarettes. a couple of those really long ones, one in each hand.
Yeah.
Coming in,
He's smoking a pipe. That's how I imagine him.
Coming in with a good amount of nicotine in the veins for this third siege battle. I am so pumped for this siege battle. I thought it was just a really exciting start for this series, but I do also think that these teams have something to prove, especially on attack. So I'd say pressure is on RandomX in more ways than one here. Proving they surely want to prove that they can do a little better on attack this time than they did on Sunday. And
you can't call anyone out just yet.
No, it's gonna be also interesting to see how the pick and ban phase goes, because that, of course, will also be pretty decisive, or have a lot of influence on this battle. Now, do you think these teams have gone through every possible scenario for how the other team would pick and ban here? That is my suspicion, at least.
I think Hermes' team would probably be more prepared for this scenario, the scenarios that are possible. They've been practicing more. Unfortunately, I don't think B's team has practiced as much as Hermes' team, so they may be a little unprepared for.
Yeah, so we see a little bit
scenarios.
of a opposite from the land battle as far as siege goes, because we have seen Hermes and company practicing a lot on siege battles. So you're right, BJ, that we can't really call the game at all at this point, because anything can happen. And it's going in, Titus saying 16 hours later.
Yeah, I think next tournament, putting a timer on the pick and ban phase would be probably a good way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good. We're learning a lot, right, Willem?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, for sure.
there's a lot of good things we can take with us into any
A lot more
future...
positives than negatives at the moment. Lots more positives.
Yeah, but I do think the tournament has started in a great fashion. I think the matches have been great, and
Oh yeah, for sure.
all the players and the teams have prepared diligently for this. And
For sure.
Good group of teams too. So well done there. Fight Me. That's been
Yeah. So I was planning to like invite teams that are like good and that practice a lot, and that also have good connection, because that's also important.
It is important indeed.
Well, yeah, we will see what we do in the next one, but first we need to, of course, make this an epic tournament.
Yeah, and I mean, we've just started.
We just started, exactly.
So
so
this is the third and final siege battle for this matchup, and after this, of course, let's take a look at the bracket here and see what we can expect coming up here. So next matchup would be Honey Badger Brigade versus Rising Kings, which is of course Fight Me's team. So give us a little insight there in like when is this battle gonna happen, and
so we're planning to do it Friday. Exact time is not sure yet.
See you later, Ellington.
Yeah, around midday for Europeans to night, so yeah, around 8 p.m. But yeah, I'm curious because I haven't played a lot against, actually never, maybe against the Honey Badger Brigade, but people are saying that they are good players, so I'm curious.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Of course, winner of that is going to end up facing the winner of this battle. So it's some good recon for you as well if you end up going through as far as this siege battle goes.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, thanks for joining us on this stream. To all the viewers, we're currently starting the pick and ban phase, it looks like. But Sat has still not come, so we'll see who's actually going to end up playing on the Beekeep. At least they do have the players, right? So it shouldn't be much of an issue here. I know he's had some family obligations happening in the past few days, so it could be something along those lines that have come up for him. So they're probably gonna try to give him a couple more minutes before they start. Romulus is saying it's your ban to RandomX, and So the ball is in their court.
So what are we thinking?
Yeah,
faction-wide?
let's go.
Attackers
Let's
have
go
2
through how
points,
many
right?
points. Let's go through how many points they have here.
Yeah.
They have 2 points, yeah.
2 points
And then
to spread
defense
out.
has 3.
Okay, so we just saw the first ban here, and it's RandomX banning Galatia. And at this point, I think we're gonna pull up those faction points so we can see.
I don't understand that ban.
I don't understand that ban at all.
Yeah.
It's not really likely that they would ever be able to pick Galatia here. So yeah.
And they have 3 points, so they could spend.
They could pick Glacier.
But I don't think that would be a right choice.
Yeah.
So
if they
for the
pick-
attacker,
Yeah. Go ahead.
for the attackers, I think they have 2 choices: or they spend their 2 points on one good faction like Mercedes or Averni for the Gorilla, or they have the choice to get like 2 1-point factions with it.
Ban Arverni from the Beekeep.
Okay. And Mercedes is still on the table. Yeah.
Indeed.
You also want to have archers on Burdigala. I don't know.
We're
Welcome
about to
back,
see some
Ellington.
first picks.
Welcome back, Ellington. Good to see you. Doing some
Is he back?
multitasking. Yeah. Ahmad, I think the map is on large. We've already told the players.
Yeah, we
to make
sorted it out.
There's a glitch in Rome 2. When you start on medium and then change to large, it does not update the little mini map. So we are all good in that department. But good looking out. Thank you for pointing it out. It's always helpful when chat is on their toes in these matters. Just to introduce my co-commentators here, we do have Willem Fight Me, the organizer of this tournament, joining me in this commentator booth, and along with Pacifist and Baby Jesus, aka BJ, aka Baby Girl.
Okay.
Wow,
I
Kander.
don't think anyone call me baby.
You were
girl,
just
but
so
I'm up
serious,
for it.
and then all of a sudden
I
you're
don't
just like
mind.
flirting with baby Jesus.
So we're gonna
Threw
call
a
me what you
little
want.
Threw a
Call me
little
what you
curveball there. Billy Blaze is saying, if I was the attackers, I'd put all my funds in Desert Rome or Desert Rome, and then go like Nab and Bactria or something like that. Aristocrat. Did you like that? Yeah, you would like that. You have a wife, man. I didn't say I was calling him that, to be fair. Also, it's nothing wrong with showing some brotherly love here. There's nothing wrong with some bromance.
Two grown hairy men touching tips, it's all good.
So yeah, what do you think of Billy Blaze's suggestion there? All funds on Desert Rome and then go Nabatea or Bactria. They did pick Nabatea, so it's certainly
Still on the table.
Still on the table.
I think we'll see some pretty good archer factions from attackers with the 0 points, and they might go like a 2-point faction like you suggested, Billy. I think that's pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need a tortoise
Tillis.
faction, so. Ooh.
Tillis on defense.
That's gonna be rough.
That's painful.
I think that's an excellent pick. I think it's an excellent pick, honestly.
I think I would have rather seen Galatia. I think Galatia was the wrong ban.
Yeah, so Arista asked how many points they had going into this. So let's see how many points they have left now instead, because we missed answering that.
Well, RandomX has 2 points remaining, and the Beekeep have 0 points remaining. So they have to stick to the 0-point factions or the +1 factions now whenever they pick.
Mm-hmm.
But the attackers still can pick from up to 2 points, up to the 2-point factions.
Yeah, so the 2-point factions, of course, as you see on the screen, there are quite a few good picks there. Being a barb map, of course, they don't have to think about a Tortoise faction. That said, I do think there's a slight chance for seeing one of them anyway, especially Carthage. But
yeah, Carthage is just solid in general. Good range, good infantry.
Yeah, because this is going to be a battle of archers, and attackers can really get that advantage since we do see Tillis on defense. Slingers on this map is not a bad thing, but ultimately you're not going to get those same angles and arches. Oh, I love it. We see Swavey pick. Swavey pick for RandomX, and this is
2 points, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 points.
They picked that instead
of all their points.
I thought for sure they would pick Gete.
Yeah.
I think Swavey's okay.
But I love the Swavey pick, though.
Swavey Swordmasters can deal with Tillis, I think, if looked after.
Yeah, but on attack, especially on bar map.
Yeah, it's rough, but you never know.
And then we have Bactria as the Defender's second pick here. Pretty good pick here. They need those Syrians. They need good archers against having Tillis, having none of them. So at this point, I would say it's actually kind of evenly matched. With the factions, depending on army comps, of course, but Swavey versus Tillis, I think, is one of those cases that if you do pick the right army here, Swavey can be an excellent counter to Tillis.
I
hope Titus picks Sparta.
All down to army comp, indeed, and
Hermes has been known to make the right army comp. These type of factions.
And we of course have seen Hermes play Swavey before, and like you said, he knows what he's doing with that faction. And again, I think it's just an excellent build up to this third and final siege battle between these two teams. I think they're making the right picks, which of course could go south in the third and final pick. Let's see here what they're gonna have to pick between. We still have Carthage on the table. We still have
nobody has the points for
we don't have factions. Any 2 point factions anymore, so it's gonna be 1
we're
or 0.
only down to the 0 and +1s.
Yeah, and as we said yesterday, as far as 0 goes, Nabatea has already been picked, and is a really good one. Arvachi, solid one, but then of course you are missing those archers, so I don't see defenders picking Arvachi anytime soon, and I don't think attackers are going to do that either. We also have Pontus as a possible pick for defenders, especially, and Saba always there, lurking in the shadows. What would be your guys' pick here as attackers versus defenders?
Colchis
with those wings.
The wings. You can fly over the walls.
You can't beat them. They're just gonna get right over the walls, like you said.
Yeah, you can just outflank every one of those wings and those naval hoplites.
Just take the victory point.
Just fly over. Oh, there's archers over there. Yeah. Go on, boys.
To clarify, we're talking about the wings on the helmets. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Colchis is a very good-looking faction, but I don't think we're going to see that.
Well, I mean, I can hope.
We can hope. Yeah.
Brinkelhoff is saying, I'd land on the beach. Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be a hard ask. Don't think they're going to be bringing any boats this game. Although those beach landings do have potential for fun battles, they're also hella glitchy and just they're way better in Thrones of Britannia, I would say. Way more fun, and I hope we're gonna get to see a historical title with some good ship landing possibilities as far as siege battles go. Ellington likes the Swaby pick as well, and yeah, you just gotta love to see it. You gotta love to see it. And it's also, oh, we have a ban on Pontus now from Beekeep.
I feel like that was a good choice.
Yeah, Iceni says, Ram, no, take it back. Probably hoping to pick that.
Yeah.
Billy Blaze, you called it, indeed. Brinklehoff is saying artillery on the inner wall is going to be spicy for defenders. Yeah, it always is. It always is. And in this case, you can't really counter it either because it is a barb map. And the only way to counter, of course, is to send up troops to take it out. So we're going to have to see some cheap troops, which... yeah, Swaby has got a couple of different units to pick from there. Nabatea, not really.
I wonder if we'll see an Aravachi on attack here. Like,
Really?
I
I feel like it's a bit risky though.
it is
I think
a
it's
bit risky,
very
but
risky.
I feel like they have been known to take Aravachi on attack before. The previous tournament, I've seen it.
Realistic picks here for them with archers would be Parthia,
Yeah.
and that's about it. Unless they want to have a real
Armenia
fun
as
man.
well.
And go
I mean-
Sparta.
Sparta, no.
Oh, they could go
Cretans,
Sparta for the
right.
Cretans and the
Exactly.
Royals.
Exactly. Come on, Sparta, please.
There's
One
so
of them,
many
please pick
options.
If they're gonna bring Sparta, I am gonna be very surprised. Very surprised. I
mean,
love
it
to
is
see
the Chad
I would
play.
love to see it. I would love to see it. Very cocky. Very
Whoever picks
confident.
Sparta should get an extra point.
Well, I mean,
just for picking it.
Well, I don't know about that.
He banned
Ban Sparta.
He banned
No!
Sparta.
Oh, no. Hermes.
He's ruined my dream, Hermes.
You fools!
Oh,
I
you
won
ban
it,
Hermes.
says Titus. Excellent.
Oh,
Alright.
it's a disaster.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm sad. Like, there's no way to cure this.
Oh gosh, there's only one way, pacifist. Massive caucus.
Titus will do it.
Yeah, so on the table right now, we probably Parthia or Armenia. Although Armenia, I would not recommend that. Yeah, you like playing Armenia pacifists. I don't think everyone does. So
I just like the way the axes look. Like that's it.
Again.
Caucus gets axes. Come on.
those guys
Yes,
saying,
pick caucus. Yes.
pick caucus.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
very interesting.
no.
Oh
very,
gosh.
very interesting. here.
Okay.
I have to support the attackers now.
Yeah. I hope the
They picked my
attackers
people.
win.
They picked my people.
Although I'll be
Oh.
very upset if there's not at least one Colchian noble. in that
Oh,
army.
there's gonna be Colchian Nobles, don't you worry. There'll be four of them.
We do see Parthia as the third pick for the Beekeep, as expected. So
Mhm.
going into this now with these faction picks, let's see here. I'm gonna have to go with defenders as far as faction advantage goes.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean,
Stylus is just rough.
Stylus
Swaby
is
can be used
rough.
good.
So
Should be okay.
we're gonna probably see Axemen from Colchis.
only max 7, those I think axes. So.
Max 7, but then they can fill up with the Colchisian nobles. So.
Oh, the Red Bull
Dare
gives you
you.
wings nobles. That's the one.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna see a different Nabatea army in this siege battle, pacifist? I do think we will.
He promised us noble swords. So.
I really hope he doesn't actually bring noble swords. Like
Yeah,
Also-
that's a waste of money.
That
I
will
do
be
wanna-
GG.
I do want to point out that before this matchup, our dear friend Bees did promise to bring Pontus to one of these battles. Of course, it was banned here, so he was not able to fulfill that promise. But just wanna point that out that he didn't really deliver on that promise.
Didn't keep his promise.
No.
So yeah, I mean, so it's not a clear advantage, right? It's a pretty slight one. Parthian swords versus carry and axemen. Parthian swords take that, I would say. And
I would say Caucus versus Parthia. I say Caucus win that.
They have more infantry that they can take.
Mm-hmm.
Caucus is just a better faction
and,
than most.
yeah, we do see Sack also pointing out, didn't I hear something about Pontus in the final? Huh?
I think Nabati has a nice pick for the attackers too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I think it will come down to the two bar factions, how good they are played.
Yeah, indeed. The Barb factions are going to settle this. Swaby versus Tillis. It's just such a juicy matchup.
It's doable for Swaby, but it's hard.
I don't know. I think Swaby has the upper hand ultimately if played right. If you pick the right army comp. Those tribals are beasts, but
they're very good
versus sword masters. Nah.
Yes, but remember it's a bar map, so it will be more chaos.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit the attack on
You know, it actually
Alexandria?
depends. Yeah. The corner attack there on the
Exactly.
that
Cross the Rubicon.
Cross the Rubicon. They had a pretty volatile attack there. It was very chaotic.
Pretty coordinated. I like that.
Yeah. So as far as attack points go on Burdigala, most teams prefer attacking on the southwestern corner, which indeed is a very chaotic attack. It's very, very much a bloodbath. But I would say the opposite is true for the northeastern back attack. You can control that a lot more. And
so in the last tournament, we saw Herman's team attacking that part too. They brought like two elite factions. This time they brought one. So they might planning to attack that point.
The backside, yeah. I feel like we also saw them in a maybe not in a tourney game. It was probably a practice game where they attacked on the southwestern. So it could go either way.
Army's experience with attacking the back has not been good. He pushed that left side too hard and lost too many of his noble swords last tournament. And I don't think he'll repeat that. I don't think he'll repeat it. I think we'll see a southwestern attack here.
True. And if you look at the archer fight, I think that's in favor of the attackers.
In favor of the attackers, you say?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like you have the longbow hunters or the Kimbrees. You have the eastern archers, and you have the Nabateans.
Yeah, it does depend on how Tillis will be able to utilize those slingers. Because slingers... Oh boy, we are on the way here, and I gotta just whip this out. I gotta just whip this out.
Hang on, careful.
I gotta just.
Oh, he did.
Did it?
The
intro. Did it? Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3 or Siege Battle 3 in this quarterfinal matchup between Beekeep and RandomX. I do believe we're gonna see a very exciting battle, and it is Siege o'clock. Oh, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this so much. Also, welcome to Tournament of the Sweats, of course. This tournament hosted by Fight Me, who is sitting alongside me in this commentator booth with Pacifist and Baby Jesus. And welcome to we we've lost a couple during this pick and ban phase, but that was to be expected because these two teams took a long time the last battle as well. And as expected, we are seeing a Southwestern setup so far.
Mm-hmm.
The Bactrian Spearman square formation placement. Unbreakable.
Unbeaten.
I like how he's just like, yeah, I'm going to put these here, and this is where they're going to live. Honestly, though, this is a good spot for them. This is a good spot for them. Because
And that little house is gonna protect them from missiles.
I think Romulus has been playing a little too much Valheim. He's got that little roof above him. He's trying to craft something, I think.
Yeah.
well, workshop.
Yeah, there you go. Well, let's look at some of the army comps.
Yeah,
Curious to see what they've decided to bring here.
Instead of looking at these Eastern Spears,
Oh,
we
there's
do
a
indeed
label.
have
Wait.
axemen galore.
For Nabatea?
For Nabatea, we see Nabataean swords and armored desert. I don't think we see a noble sword. Nope, armored desert, and then a noble cav.
Oh, thank God.
Swaby,
Yeah,
we are
they-
seeing sword masters
never
for
sword
days,
games,
and like I said here, we are seeing 7 sword masters, so the max
That's
amount
a
of sword
lot of
masters.
sword masters.
These sword masters are going to be the key for the attackers this game. There's no doubt about that. It's one of the best units in the game. I mean, I would argue the best in many cases because they do have something that the other elites do not, and it is a very nice amount of health, and it's just a lot of killing power in 7 units here. So if they can use those in a nice way here, I think they have a really good chance of breaking through this Tillis tribal army. And let's see. Did we? Yeah, I think we saw all of the attacking factions here.
We didn't get to see a zoom in on the Colchian nobles, though.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
we
You're gonna
will-
show us
we will
those
get
wings,
that.
man.
We will.
Okay, yeah,
get
we
that.
can't
We
hype
will
them up
get
like that and then you not show
Exactly.
them off, right?
We see Celtic Slingers and a Thracian Peltas. 2 Thracian Peltas. So that's interesting too.
I like
Thracian Peltas. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Thracian Peltas is just such a good move. Such a good unit. Tribal Warriors, of course. A couple of 3 Celtics and Oathsworn General. Then a Gallo Thracian Infantry. Very, very cool. 2 Levy Freemen and Celtic. What do you think about that Tillis army comp, guys?
I mean, I think that he probably just needed another unit, so he brought the Gallo Thracian.
Yeah, okay. 2 Levy Freemen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They can,
Yeah.
at least they can throw Peeler.
They can throw Pila. He is setting him up pretty in the close proximity of this gate here, so they're probably going to be able to move around and get some Pila shots here. Parthia, I wasn't really looking at Parthia too much because there's not really a lot you can do here. Royal Cataphract General, of course, and then 2 mercenary hoplites on top of the rest being Parthian swords and 2 Hillmen. 4 Hillmen. Oh, 4 Hillmen. It's a lot of Pila. A lot of Pila. And Parthian foots as Titus's archers here. Bactria, we are getting mostly Thorax and 3 Syrians. Are we only seeing 3 ranged from Parthia?
That's that's not possible.
No, there's a
Bactria?
Persian light. There's a Persian, or Bactria, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, Bactria.
All right.
Yeah, no, we did see a Persian light in the forest here also. So it looks like they're going to set up a combination of Bactria and Parthian mercenary hoplites against Swaby. What do you think about that?
Well,
I think that might be a mistake.
it makes me sad. I'll say that much.
I was hoping for a Tillis Swaby matchup here, so it does make me sad as well. But honestly, the Nabatea versus Tillus is not going to be a... Are they afraid of Nabatea here? Do you think that's why they're putting Tillus against them?
They're afraid of Colchis.
They should be more afraid of the Swordmasters, I'd say, than
Look,
the
nobody's
armored.
even wanting to defend the center against Colchis.
Exactly.
All right,
The major threat.
Let's get a little zoom in here on your boys.
Yes.
Doesn't look like
About time. About time.
Where are they?
That is not a
Here.
not a Colchian noble kander.
Here we go. Oh, look at that.
Look at those wings.
I mean,
Let's-
it's too good, to be honest. They're just stunning.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little.
You can just go into first person mode for the rest of this battle following this.
the life
Yeah,
of a cock.
Yeah, just
we
follow
can-
these for the whole fight.
So I think everyone can just guess how the rest of the battle is gonna go. We're just gonna follow these guys around and just enjoy these winged helmets. It is one of the best looking units in the game, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Very nice looking. So, chat, for those of us that are still with us after that pick and ban face, what are your calls here for this siege battle? What do you think is gonna happen here with these matchups where we have Parthia / Bactria facing Swaby? Also, like, it looks like they're gonna have a little bit of a very mixed defense here, so we're probably not going to see a 1v1 situation anywhere, except maybe here on the right flank, where Nabatea... No, because Nabatea most likely are not going to go for this. They're going to just move up here, so yeah, it's going to be very interesting, very chaotic. Willem, you called it. This corner here is just going to be one big bloodbath.
Slaughter.
We're going to see so many bodies here towards the end of this towards the end of this battle, and I love these types of battles when it's just so bloody, and we're seeing a little sneak action here.
Trying to take out the artillery corps.
Yeah, but with
Or burn
what?
it.
Maybe burn it with the Eastern Archer. Yeah. Not a bad call. Also, not a bad call defending with the Colchian Noble and an Axeman. Colchian Noble against Cav and Axeman against any... Well, I don't know. If they would be able to sally out any infantry around there. Cataphracts staying put inside of the settlement, it looks like. They have a pretty cool vantage point here, but not a very useful one.
The overview.
It's gonna look good for the stream, though.
I mean, I gotta say, it does look good, right? It's the general standing here looking over the battlefield.
That's Titus' general there, right?
It is, yes.
Maybe not the best general they have at the back.
It doesn't look like they're defending heavy the corner side. Maybe
No.
they just not want to blob up.
So we've seen artillery create an absolutely chaotic environment there in this corner. So my guess is they're just trying to watch out for those artillery rounds coming in. Which, of course, let's see here what we're dealing with as far as artillery goes. No artillery for Nabatea. Very interesting.
Well, they've got Colchis artillery there, haven't they?
No. Just
Yes,
Swaby.
Swaby?
Just Swaby.
No, Colchis have got artillery.
They do?
Yeah, over at the Nabatea is.
Ah, I see. Yeah, you're completely
okay.
right. This is why we have 4 people sitting in here, because
It might take us a while to catch on to things.
So 2 is probably enough. I would probably go with 3, honestly, just because you're not going to get much better maps to have attacking artillery than this one. You're just going to be able to get so many nice angles, and if you spread out those artillery pieces in ways where you, like they have here, get these cross angles, you're just gonna have a really good time, I think. Now, of course, it does cost money, and they do need the infantry, so it's not a bad call at all, bringing 2 and not 3. But I'm very interested to see if we're gonna see any general abilities this battle, because it was lacking a little with that in the previous 2 siege battles, and in my opinion, is one of those things that really make a difference and really can skew the odds in your favor if you utilize that correctly. And we are also seeing a Hillman that is gonna try to at least make it look like it's gonna go up. It doesn't make sense for that Hillman to land if they have these troops here that are trying to maybe get this artillery piece with back shots. Probably gonna have a club levy. Yeah, club levy is gonna be going for this one, and a desert levy going for this one. And yeah, for anyone's joining us now, welcome to the third and final siege battle in this quarterfinal matchup between Beekeep and RandomX. And we saw Beekeep win the land battle. As such, they are now defending, and I think it gives them just a really, really good chance of coming out of this game with a victory. But so far, the faction picks have been good from both sides and are pretty even. So there's not one clear favorite as far as that goes. But as we know, defenders usually have the upper hand, just because it is a lot easier to set up the engagements as a defender, generally. And we have a
4K request from
regular
Hood.
guy writes, yeah, Hood wants us to bump it to 4K. You know what? I'm gonna see what I can do, buddy. Don't think 4K is feasible on a stream, but maybe I can bump it up to 1440p for a future stream, just for you and your home cinema.
His little man cave.
Ellington, right on time. It is about to start, and we do have the third and final siege battle between Beekeep and RandomX started, and we're gonna let the battle commence and see what is gonna happen here with these artillery. We see artillery getting in on Swaby artillery right away. Parthia getting Titus is gonna
they got one.
Yep. One burnt out already.
Absolutely go to town here on Nabatea, and they already got one, and honestly, it looked like oof. So what's the thinking here? They're
gonna try to protect the 2 instead of the one that's kind of out on its own.
Not a bad call, because that is the fourth or second one down there also. Along with Swordmasters,
some residual Swordmaster kills.
Oof. They're coming in hot here now. Parthia and Bactria both absolutely slamming the Swaby. Ooh! Let's get in closer here, because these shots are bouncing back and forth, up and down. They seem to mainly focus on this. How is Tillis doing against Colchius? Oh, even better. It's gotten down 2 on its own here. The remaining 2 are looking pretty well defended here, though. So
hopefully that desert hoplite doesn't scoot that tower too far away from the ballista.
But we are seeing these club levy, desert levy, and Hillman move up to take out the defending artillery, and we're probably not going to see them be able to shoot much more with them once they're up. And they have spotted the little contingent, the forest contingent, which was, I think it was also placed here to spot any type of sally out from Parthia, I think. Was how they're thinking.
A pretty risky move on the attacker's part. Those 3 isolated units could have been easily picked off by any kind of major sally out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now Bactria are trying to, he is trying to get in as much as he can before these Hillmen move in. But we have also got another Hillman, yeah, no, that's as so often happens. Once there's enemy units close to the ballista, the fire tower just starts setting it on fire. Absolute
Very
bots.
competent marksmen.
Absolute bots up in that arrow tower, but Parthian ballista is still holding strong, but the Eastern Spears are moving back now, so it's probably not gonna keep that up. Tillis still having some shots in it, I would assume. Yep.
A little miniature Sally out there to
And we have a little
it.
Levy Freeman protection special forces. So now we also see why he brought 2 Levy Freeman, and I like it. I like it a lot. Because this is going to delay the attackers. I mean, it just causes an instant delay when you do have units out here. These Levy Freemen are not great units, but coupled with this ballista, that can cause some serious issues for attackers. These Eastern Spears are going to have to be backed up because Club Levy can absolutely smack those around like there's no tomorrow. And attacking ballista have started going for this breach here. Also getting a couple of nipping a couple of troops. It looks like nope, they still are intact. 30%.
Never liked that breach. I have never liked that breach as an attacking point.
I gotta agree, but maybe if you can get a bigger one, although that would be a hard ask for 1 artillery piece to get a big one, or 2. Nah, he still can. He still can for sure. But then he's sacrificing potentially 100 to 250 kills with it. So
yeah, I don't like that corner too. It's not my favorite.
I mean, you're basically putting yourself at a disadvantage there if defenders actually defend the
and then
properly.
you're immediately surrounded basically.
And it is looking like they are defending up here, which is what you're talking about, right? And
yeah, I mean, if you start putting troops in there, you've got archers on the side that can shoot the sword side, right? Fight me.
The sword side.
Yeah, the sword side.
We are actually going to have to eat those words now because there are quite a lot of axes in this battle, or clubs also.
Oh, you're so right.
And
Fight me might be able to.
We'll just change it to the axe side.
take
We'll just change it to the axe side. It's fine.
And we see 75% on this breach. Welcome to all you folks that have joined us. This is game 3 or siege battle 3 in the matchup between Beekeep and RandomX. And Beekeep did win the field battle. Going into this siege defending and having that slight advantage that always comes from being able to defend. And indeed, Nabati has been set aback a little bit here by these Levy Freemen, because that coupled with ammo left in the ballista is really costing the Nabatian player Iceni here in this case to have to rethink. Now, he's been playing a lot of chess leading up to this battle. Do you think this is going to be a good thing?
It'll translate pretty well. We'll just see one of them say checkmate all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It'll be over.
Yeah, welcome Captain the Warlord, and to this siege battle, and everyone else also. Partly Axeman towers are moving up now as well, and we are going to see a Nabataean swords and Desert Levy attack on these Levy Freemen. Are we going to see this artillery getting in on the Nabataean swords? Yes, we are. Also Levy Freemen, poor souls.
This would be a perfect opportunity for some of those slingers to take some
slingers to do some damage.
Indeed, it would, but yeah, we are also seeing...
a little late, though. They're not going to.
I think it is. These Levy Freemen are essentially dead at this point, especially with artillery firing into their asses. Desert Levy flanking around, and yeah, we're gonna see actually a retreat from the Levy Freemen. That's not going to work out in their favor either. But we have a little bit of a blob happening, so maybe actually not completely horrible for Tillis. Towers moving up here now. along with the Swaby towers as well. And this is also gonna you know, it always comes down to how fast the attackers can move in each individual phase of the attack here. The hardest ask is, of course, landing in this corner, getting all the towers up here, and doing that in a way that gives you as little disadvantage as possible, because you're not really going to get any advantage out of landing here, but at least you can make sure that you don't have any disadvantage. Disadvantage would, for example, be if you're not landing at the same time, which I think it was B's team actually in the last tournament. It wasn't the same players, mind you, but they were indeed struggling with the attack here in the corner because they did not land at the same time. And this is something that we see quite often on this map, is for some reason people like attacking in a staggered way, and I just don't understand it personally. So we'll see here what the attackers get up to as far as that goes. And my guess is that they're going to be pretty good in that department. Like you said, Hermes and company, the RandomX, they've practiced quite a lot on siege battles. So I think
it does look like they might have an archer engagement happening soon from Romulus and Bloody.
Yeah, little Eastern Archer going into a Persian Light. Romulus has started firing, but not getting any kills yet. These towers are set up in a way that could block some of those. No, he is getting in there, and
that's really not. That's not okay for Bloody.
26. That Eastern Archer also must have taken some artillery damage, because 26 kills. The math doesn't really add up there. Could have been the slingers too. Nope. Artillery.
Oh, they're still just trying to kill the artillery.
This is a good move by the attackers.
Burning these towers.
Or I see any burning down these arrow towers, who can definitely rack up kills if they leave them be. You think we're gonna see a similar from this little lone Levy Freeman here? How did that come?
It routed, came back. It's hiding. Leave it alone. It just wants to live, man.
It just wants to live. It's standing like it's
pulling a farmers.
It's like this tower is hiding us, right? No one can see us. We'll be safe. We'll be safe here, boys. They had quite a rough engagement here. But yeah, as we see now, the attackers are lining up the towers, and Nabatea is looking like they're the first ones up to the wall, ready in position. And yet again, it's worth pointing out that this is a fairly light defense.
It is.
Because we have Hillmen here that are going to last for approximately 5 seconds against Armor Desert Hoplites or even Nabatean swords.
Yeah, they're not going to do too well.
No, and Celtic Warriors and a Eastern Spears against Cartley Axemen. I think Cartley Axemen have that advantage. But, of course, the one thing the defenders get out of having these troops here is that they're going to be able to utilize them for taking Pila and getting angles with their archers without sacrificing any of their medium troops. And all those towers.
Bloody archers again.
Okay.
Those towers seem to have taken a lot of those arrows, though. And Bloody is set up in a way which makes it hard for the Persian Knights to get in there, but they're going to try. Romulus is moving them around, and they're going to find some better angles from here, is my guess. Romulus is being very aggressive with this Persian Light, and I like that. I like that a lot. The Eastern Archers, the trade-off here is that they are also shooting into these towers, so it is not looking like Bloody is going to keep that going, and they move in behind the towers instead. Levy Freeman must have picked up on our hints there, because now they're going for it.
What are they going for, though?
Maybe artillery. Maybe they're not
knows?
expecting a hex bearer unit, which I love seeing. I just love seeing
Well, they're not
it.
using it. They're not using it right, though. It should be closer to the front.
Well, they haven't
You gotta-
attacked yet, so they
Oh,
haven't
Oh yeah,
started
they
yet.
should bring that Hexper like immediately over to the
Yeah,
front.
like it's gonna be so useful as breaking this initial front line of the defenders. Like,
I've seen
honestly,
this
if the
happen before
attackers-
by Hermes, though. He likes to bring it, but then he doesn't end up using it that much.
yeah,
And we
it's-
have actually
it's so
a
unfortunate.
couple of towers landing here with Desert, Levy, and Nabatean swords from Nabatea. So
If the attackers
Colchis-
can overwhelm them, just
Colchis
land
is
massive.
yeah, Colchis is joining, so it looks like they are having a synchronized landing here at least, which is key. Is very much key. Eastern archers are getting into Celtic warriors, and yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job dodging here, though. Celtic warriors are definitely a unit capable of causing some issues, but would you focus it down with archers this early on? I don't know if that's something I would do. As we see, the Bactrian Hillmen are probably going to do well against the Levy, but not the Nabatean swords. And we have 2 units of Nabatean swords, both attacking a Celtic warrior here. Now, this is a good chance for... Oh, we have some Cimbri bowwomen coming into the Persian Lights now, and these Persian Lights are going to struggle unless backed up by Parthian foots, which we indeed see. So, archer engagements getting a little bit more spicy now. Cimbri bowwomen, there's 4 of them up here. There's towers taking some of these Parthian foot arrows, so it seems like the Cimbri have gotten away with it for now. And are moving back. Eastern archers are firing into some questionable... Are these fire at will?
Please don't be fire at will. That'd be horrible.
They are.
Because that's
no.
Eastern spears that they're... No, mercenary hoplites, even worse.
It's fire at will, isn't it? You're taking his own
is.
men, I think.
Yeah.
They had lost 3 so far.
Who is that? He's
That's
gonna
It's
get
bloody.
shit.
It's bloody, and he was struggling with his archers in the attack on Sunday, and it looks like he might be struggling as well right now. Eastern spears coming in. As we see Cimbri trying to get in on these infantry units also. Axemen are struggling on that end, but there's more Cartley coming in, and now we have artillery shots coming in as well, as we see the defenders are starting to blob up a little bit. We do have a solid front line of thorax swords, combat even, and losing decisively against these Cartley Axemen. Definitely not a bad unit, Cartley Axemen. Unit we don't really see that often, but when used right, they can rack up 150, 200 kills, much like a thorax could. Theraeus spears positioning themselves here, getting in to even out that engagements. Nice move, Romulus. The thorax here really needed that, and of course we also see some cycling here from Bloody. Really good to see all of these. Oh, the volleys coming in here on Eastern Spears? Question mark.
Spearmen?
I mean,
No.
the threat of a square formation is terrifying.
The square formation.
That is a bold use of ammo.
Oh, good shots there. Good shots into the 4x.
I mean, the Eastern Spears are so angered, they're actually routing out of the city to get... they're going after
That thorax is taking a beating.
That 4x is gone.
Yeah. Lots of
42.
Pila
Yeah,
ammo.
42 left. They have to beef that up. They have to get something in there, and they do. Looks like they have a couple of units here, but which unit?
Well, that
is...
front line of Nabatea, they're in the city. They're causing some chaos.
Mm-hmm. Tillis is probably going to have to come in here and
And some stuff.
We
Done
see
some
a
stuff.
tactic, good coordinate, like good prepared tactic from the Nabateans over there with the towers protecting their archers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're not landing there with their towers.
It's
so
very
the
nice to
archers
see
have the
that.
gap.
Yeah,
I
very
really
nice to
like
see
that.
Very nice to see that, and
I'll
but
point that
they
out,
of
yeah.
course are still able to get angles in there, and since they only have 2, oof, these artillery shots though. getting into Syrians, and the Syrians are gonna struggle now.
There's a big juicy blob there for artillery fire.
Yeah, and also having these Cartly Axemen and Thorax inside of the Syrians are really not making it easier for them. Cimbri Bowwomen are firing into looks to be Thorax.
So far, attackers were doing great.
I think this synchronized attack here is working out.
Yeah,
synchronized attack here is working out so far. Swordmasters with 65 of them left have been absolutely nuked.
Send them. Oh my.
Yeah.
I mean, the attackers are doing well, but remember that's three attackers against majority of just two defenders. I mean, Tillis hasn't really.
Where is the Tillis army?
Tillis hasn't really done anything apart from a few Celtics.
We're seeing an opposite move of B not dying first. This is strange.
Yeah, last time I saw him on this map, he committed a big die really fast.
Maybe he's trying to make sure the team is organized.
Yeah, we're
seeing
the.
with setting up your swordmasters on your towers to land immediately.
No, I don't.
Especially in that area, like if it's in the middle over there. Like
I would much rather see them go up
through the breach.
Yeah,
up through the breach. Armored Desert Hoplites, however, I wouldn't mind landing.
On the flanks. Yeah, I think Swaby should be in the middle. Like,
yeah. I don't think Swaby is a good flank choice here. We are seeing defending archers are starting to get in here a little bit more, and I feel like the attackers have gained quite a momentum here now, and I think the defenders are scrambling a little bit because we for sure see a lot of space here to set up troops, land more troops, and possibly even archers at some point. Now, they are going to want to wait with that a little bit because moving up these archers too quick can be absolutely horrible also. And some artillery shots getting into Hillman. Interesting. Along with Parthian foot archers. That's probably the main target, I would say. But so far, defenders haven't really done a great job with their ranged. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think they're really lackluster, and their defense seems a little sloppy so far.
Yeah,
there's lots of holes in their front line. And
bit sloppy.
Cartly Axemen are absolutely slaying here.
Oh no! Can you see that corner of your screen? Oh, that peeler being launched into the wall from the Swordmaster. That's gone.
Oh no!
Talking about sloppy defense, the offense. I guess that's the sloppy move there.
That's the whole unit worth of. You hate to see it. You just hate to see it.
Maybe they're just trying to be friendly. They see the defenses being sloppy, so Harmy's like, you know what? I'll just throw all my Pila.
We'll even out the odds a little bit. Then we're now seeing a little bit more of a.
Finally, a tribal, eh?
Good.
Yeah, so I think this is something that they also don't mind as far as defenders go, letting them up here into these new choke points here. That said, though, are they going to be able to get the same type of angles with their ranged?
I don't think so.
No, but
we're certainly seeing some pretty juicy angles here, and that's going to pay off in spades for them.
It's shielded side.
Shielded side, yeah.
And it's better than if they attack that big breach, then they attack the two small lefts on the left side, because there they can have the non-shield side angles, and it's like double worse.
Yeah. And it looks like Swaby has kind of given up on this flank here. Probably lost one Swordmaster and said, peace out. I'm not dealing with that anymore.
Good choice.
Nice. Maybe two, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're going for the Cimbri.
6. Not one. Just one.
Okay, one.
But one of them also wasted Pila, so yeah.
That's true.
Syrians have pushed back the Cimbri Bowwomen. 2 Syrians managed to push back 4 Cimbri Bowwomen, and I'd say this is a nice job. Good job by Romulus. The tribals are getting into an interesting angle here. Yeah, and the Parthian foots are taking advantage of that in the spear side of the armored desert complex.
Kander, I think we've dug ourselves a hole here. We're gonna hate this eventually.
I'm gonna die on this hill. I am gonna die on this hill.
One day you need to just.
So here's an interesting choke point, because this here, it doesn't get much safer for the defenders right now, having these types of choke points. I say this is where you need to have your Oathsworn. This is where you need to have your elites at this point. Yeah. Now he only has one Oathsworn, so of course the general, I don't know, Willem, you would have thrown that general in already, right?
Front line, would have been the first unit right at the wall.
Long time ago. Nice shots here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be dead by now.
See,
if it was Willem, we wouldn't be
already dead by now. So.
It'd be gone. He would have done that little Rohirrim charge outside or something.
I gotta say that the defenders have gotten their shit together with, as far as their archer shots goes here, because they did repel the enemy archers and are getting really nice spear side shots into these armored desert hoplites. And tribal warriors cycling with Celtic warriors against this armored desert. This armored desert is just not going to do well, but we are seeing artillery shots coming in here, and these artillery shots could for sure spell trouble. Yeah, but it is Celtics, fortunately, although they are rapidly going down. These Persian lights are starting to go a little bit low on ammo here, but they're gonna unload into these units here and get those sweet side shots, although that is a shield side shot, as pointed out earlier. Thureos massacring some
Club Levy.
Yeah. Club Levy, I mean, 52 kills here, 104. Like, Club Levy is such a good killing unit. It's just not a very good holding unit. So having it here on the front line is something I don't really agree with at this point. But they do need someone to take that PLS, so rather a Club Levy than a Swordmaster.
Approaching.
We do see a Swordmaster up here. Still no archers for the attackers coming up or even close by. So what the defenders have essentially found themselves in now is an uncontested archer battle. Like, they're going to be able to get archer shots into these troops, and a prime target for that would be these Swordmasters. We'll see how the Parthians, they're murdering their own kind here a little bit, I would say. Getting into Parthian swords. It's also interesting to see these Parthian swords. Some of them have axes.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be real difficult to choose between, the axe side or the sword side, Well, I don't really know what to call it.
Here's just over. Kind of here, you need to give up. And you say, all right, Willem, you're right.
No, that'll never happen.
I'm not sure what you're talking about here, Willem. So,
all right. Anyway, I need to figure stuff out, so I'll be back. In a few minutes.
All right, see you later, man. We're seeing some attacking shots coming in now. Again, Kibribo women and Nabatean heavies have joined them as well, trying to protect these Swordmasters, is my guess. Swordmasters are peeling into Axemen's backs right now, and indeed, we're seeing Slingers now getting into Swordmasters, but these Slingers are going to get contested by Nabatean heavy archers. And with this tower wall here, there really isn't anything these Slingers can do. They've set up a unit here, but they're not going to be able to do anything, and they cannot move up here. I mean, they can, but they are choosing to hold instead of pushing. And either way, I don't think they could push all the way up here with Slingers, so it's probably a good thing. You could probably stop shooting that right now before you waste too much ammo, and indeed, they have not.
Romulus is content shooting it, I think.
Yeah. Armor Desert Hoplite moving in, and we also see mercenary Syrians up here that are going to probably do really well here. Swordmaster being the main target, and that Swordmaster is going to struggle now because he's turned his back. There are Thureos just
There's
ripping.
angry projectiles everywhere.
Very angry projectiles. Although here I would actually take that a little bit more aggressively here. Although, yeah, Kimberly Bowwomen being able to get in if they were. So 71 kills and 105 left. So they've traded pretty evenly, which is not what you want to see with this Swordmaster. You want to trade well. You want to trade positive. And especially against Parthian swords and tribals. These Axemen, I don't think they need to shoot these, personally. So,
I mean, they're not that good. You can probably just fight those in combat.
But
how dare you?
Well, they're not the Cartley. They don't have the cool.
Oh, they're not Cartley. What were they
They're
doing?
just
Swordmasters. Yeah. This is a little bit of a dodgy call by
Thorax.
That was sacrificing themselves, maybe for that sweet back shot. Let's see if the archers are moving back. That would have been so golden.
That was a bad coordinated move.
Yeah, we are seeing it here, though. It's not going to be a back shot. It's not going to be a great angle. It is going to be a angle, though. So, yeah. General ability.
General ability.
Second win, but are we seeing any Hex Bearers?
They're in the back line.
There they are. Yeah.
No, they're in the back line, Kander. They're off screen right now.
Near your map. Near where your map is.
There we go. There we go.
Right there.
They should not.
A waste of a Hex Bear.
They should be closer, because honestly, they could break a lot of these units a lot faster, and ultimately that'll save lives. Every life matters, and oh boy, slingers are coming into these Nabatean heavy archers. Now, do you think that was a bit of a misclick situation by Iceni here, putting them that far back? Because
I think he just really wants those side shots on those Gallothracians. Like, he sees a good target and he really wants to hit it, but it's just protected by
looks like that's Tribals being the main target here, but he has moved in the Nabatean heavies. And
it's not a very good angle, though.
It's not horrible, though. It is not horrible, because this is the sword side. And
is it, though?
Yeah.
From there, I don't know. It seems a bit more frontish, if I'm honest with you.
It is kind of frontish.
Frontish sword side. Either way, I think they need to do something against that tribal, because it is winning, and it's the Armored Desert Hoplite, although they have excellent killing power for a hoplite, they're just going to struggle against tribals always. And we see precision shot, which means that they're probably getting in on these Swordmasters. Cartley Axemen again for some reason.
I'm not sure. If you press the spacebar, can we see where the arrow is pointing?
No.
No, because they're on deep.
It's too late.
We're technically on the attacker side here.
No, it was just too late, I think. Or...
Yeah, we only see the movement orders.
We have Nabatean heavy archers coming in here now, and they are looking angry.
Yeah.
They're looking angry.
I'm glad to see some attacking archers in that courtyard.
Yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing a Bactrian Royal Cav moving out, and I think Romulus is trying to level up the chevrons.
On top of it.
Chevrons here, but Zach is on top of it. And are we going to be able to see a Cav engagement here? Woo! Bactrian Royal Cav moving closer to the gate. Looking a little scared there. Seeming a little scared. I think with the help of these slingers... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I feel like Parthia's Royal Cataphract should be waiting in support there.
Yeah. Where are those Royal Cataphracts? That is the question. They're moving up around. So
that's good. They're going to start pressuring these flanks.
Yeah. I mean, this as close as it looked to for the Nabatean general getting in on these Bactrian, they would have struggled with these slingers on the wall. So I think it's a good move for the defenders moving out that Bactrian Royal Cav to try to lure in some troops to be fired.
Yeah, he's getting shot by archers now, though.
Yeah.
Those are some really questionable shots by Zach there.
Into the fronts of tribals.
Yeah, like he's kind of throwing away his ammo a little bit, but
Gallithration is once again being the prime target here for him.
It could be the fact that he feels a bit stuck. So I'm not seeing like he's got too much left, really, is there?
Yeah, but these Gallistrations I would
stuff.
just ignore completely. Not that it's a horrible unit, but there are more important ones to focus on.
Yeah, the tribals are a bit more important to deal with.
Syrians moving up now, trying to contest these Nabatean heavies possibly, and Slingers have been taking some fire here on the wall. They're moving back without any serious issues there, though. And Tillis is taking quite a heavy range presence on this side, and not really trying to get in my world here. Slingers over here would be a nice.
Oh yeah, lots of good opportunities to use slingers.
Especially since they were setting up some units in that manner to get those side shots, but and the fact also that they would be able to deal with these Kimberly Bow women from the wall, possibly even through these towers. I think the slingers would be able to get enough shots to threaten these. Since attackers have shown very little interest of moving up here, why not just push up and get those slingers up here? Two swordmasters moving in, and yeah, we're gonna see some action now. We're gonna see some swordmaster o'clock into these.
Maybe they for that
now. Gotta work on that. Into these poor thorax and depleted tribal. These units are gonna crumble now. They're gonna really not have a good time against. Colchian Noble coming up. Beautiful.
I like it.
Beautiful.
This is what we all stayed for.
This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. Oh, look at those wings.
I mean, look at the kills already. Oh, just. They're better than the Swordmasters, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Did they get 56 kills charging into this thorax?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Instantly. Yeah. They definitely weren't killing anything routing, yeah.
They are getting focused down now by Threa Spears, and
there's no worry. Yeah. These guys are heroes.
8 lost, 10 lost, 11. But I mean, look at the amount of Pila they're tanking here. That's it's pretty impressive. Although Spear side, not the best. About now is when I would move that unit out of there.
You got some light archers trying to establish some kind of presence in the courtyard.
Oh, Eastern moving in here.
That is a little risky, but I think Zach might be able to repel.
Bactrian Volcav has lost 20, and Nabatean has lost 30. So they did get into each other over here. We saw it. Moving up. Eastern archers are setting up inside of the Nabatean heavies, but they are pushing up now, and probably gonna try to get into these sliggers. Frontline, as we suspected, is going to start crumbling here a little bit. It's going to start struggle against the Swordmasters.
I think Kander misclicked and muted himself.
Very possible.
Hello.
Welcome back. Your short break.
That was actually a planned one, but not for that long. Yeah, I had to get some refreshments. But Parthian foot archers have been doing great repelling these Kimberly Bow women who are struggling now. 56 and 96 left.
Yeah, the attackers have really struggled to use their archers.
It's gotten 228 kills. What happened there?
I think on the archers. Yeah, look at all those dead Kimberly though.
Kimberly and archer. Oh my god.
Oh no, the attackers are really struggling to use their archers well. I think that's why they were forced inside the city.
We are seeing this chevron upgrade over here now, and Nabatean General is the only cav unit left here, and then we see Cataphracts are moving in. They're not taking any prisoners here. They're going to go for this general. There's very little that this general can do, but they do have archer support, so perhaps that will be enough to deter the Cataphract.
Yeah, I'd wait. I wouldn't pull the trigger just yet.
But the Culture Nobles are back at it, and they are killing. They're killing.
Yeah, they killed another. How many on the charge? Another 90 on the charge. Nice.
Yeah.
Another 90, of course.
Too good.
That's how math works. And,
yes, that is exactly how math works.
Look at how beautifully they're just thrusting these spears, huh? Like this.
Good thrusts.
Oh dear. Just.
all right.
You too.
A few too many dying there to Archify. I'm not too keen on that.
Yeah, that's Titus. Titus being Titus.
Yeah. As we see Cataphracts and Bactrian Royal Cav teaming up here, you think they're gonna go for it? Yeah.
I think they should, honestly.
It looks like they are,
plus
because these
Nabate has
archers,
low morale.
these archers are busy.
I don't think they could get good shots into those generals anyway from being inside the city now with all those towers there. So yeah, I think just go for the Naba general.
So distracted with his archers.
Yeah, he's gone. It's just ruined now.
Rip.
The Cataphracts coming in as well, which was
no,
just
they can just stay. They
can
just
wait.
I would have gone in. I would have just evaporated that general.
But it is already evaporating. There's no way they can stand up against that charge. Frightened by enemy unit, that is the bear standing up here, but it's not going to matter. And these archer shots are just not going to come in fast enough. So
being blocked by their own towers. Really.
The Nabatean general was standing in a way where they were blocking, like all the archer shots coming in.
Run, Romulus.
Oh, that's back to Royal Camp. Yeah, they're gonna get away. They're gonna get away with still a healthy amount, half of it left, and it's looking rough for the attackers now.
I think this is over for the attackers. I'm not.
Yeah, without the Nabatean general,
I think it is.
With the amount of losses we've seen so far, it is indeed looking a little rough. But honestly, the defenders don't have a ton of troops. The defenders don't have a ton of troops left here. We see a Oathsworn being focused down pretty damn hard, as it should be.
Beast needs to be
coming in with 150 kills so far, but it is focused by an Eastern and 2 Kimbri that are just giving you attack orders here. But I guess they did not kill the Ballista crew. Interesting.
I think the attackers really struggled to establish any kind of archer superiority. I mean, they have it right now, but it's just a bunch of lightly armored archers.
Not really. They only have it. They only have it on this side here against the Oathsworn, which of course is good. And this Oathsworn is struggling now. I think this Oathsworn is going to die if Beast doesn't do anything about that.
They need to do something.
That said, on this side, the attackers have just had no chance whatsoever to establish any archer dominance. So Syrian archers are actually they're looking pretty rough. And yeah, Eastern archers are gonna get in on them now, and they're gonna.
Oh, I like that pun. Oh.
They're gonna start struggling here. Don't appreciate your lack of candor. Hey. I'm just getting excited about archer engagements here, buddy. Let me just say that I do agree with you, Paz. This battle is looking like it is wrapping up here.
Yeah, and, it's over. As soon as that is that a Kolkia Noble covering the breach?
Can we just say also here that this is an interesting whistling shot combo? We got 2 different whistling shots.
Why not break them quicker? Oh yeah, they just went through the breach with the cavalry now. It's over.
Yeah, and into all these archers with the Bactrian Cav, and Cataphracts are probably not going to be far behind there. And,
I mean, if Hermes throws his Kimbri spears in there and Rom can't move with his Cav, he might get boggled down by this.
But he did not, and he's trying to get in there.
In his own.
Oh no, he's going to leave the breach wide open for the Cataphracts.
Yeah. So far, but he is moving back. So have no fear. But these Parthian foots are now getting into here also. And all this chaos that the Bactrian Royal Cav cost, the defending archers have been able to move in and take back.
Yeah, it's over here now.
Dominance. So
what do you
right
think
now,
the attackers did wrong? Like where do you think it went wrong? Like the most?
Well, they had a good momentum going early on. The thing that they did wrong, I think, is like you said, they didn't establish the archer dominance here, and they did not get into the good archer engagements on this side. But honestly, I think this cataphract really messed it up for them, getting into the archers. And right now it's just chasing those sweet kills.
Would you say a Titus carry, like I called ages ago?
You
Well,
did indeed.
the way
So,
the Titus kill Moring.
also, not utilizing the hex bearers was a mistake. I did not see if general abilities were used that much. We saw a refresh, but I haven't seen battle rhythms. So that could be another thing that went wrong also. But honestly, I think it comes down to not utilizing that momentum they had early on, not keeping that up, not as soon as they started establishing this area here, get those archers up and shooting, because we saw how easy they repelled the Syrians once they started shooting at them. Of course, it's going to be a little harder on this side, but as long as they can have one side where they can steady push without getting shot at, they could have done a lot better. So there we have it. We do see a win for the Beekeep. And of course, the player names are not quite correct there, because we are seeing Romulus, Titus, and the B-Man on the Beekeep. But well done to those players. And yeah, we do see more kills in Titus than any of the other factions, but that is also something that you kind of have to see, right?
Only just. I mean, like I've said before, Kolkis is just a very superior faction in the game.
Nice job with the
only
Thracian
just
Peltas
lagging
here.
behind on the kills.
Yeah, no. Well done by Parthia too. It was a little bit more of a struggle with the infantry, I think, but those Royal Cataphracts more than made up for that. Romulus had a couple of good archer calls, but also struggled against some worse archer units, I would say. So it was a little up and down there with his archer play, and Thorax did not do very well on that front line. Did take a lot of Swordmaster action there, though. So, but here is the reason for this attack not going well. The best faction that they brought, the one that cost the most points, did the worst. And I think you don't have to look further than this. And Kimber Bowwomen struggling. Club Levy actually did decent, but you want to see a little bit more kills there. We had two Swordmasters who did really great, but 71, 85, and these 140, around 140 each. That's just not what you. That's not enough for a Swordmaster in the end. You need to get more kills in order to get that advantage. We see Nabatean swords yet again doing great. And I mean, do we need more proof at this point that they are better than the Axe Warriors? I don't think so.
Oh, you're gonna make someone very upset.
Yeah. Armored Desert were struggling, but that was mainly because they were focused down a lot by archers. Yeah. Bloody's archers were struggling, but also two of them were getting into some nice engagements there. Axemen were doing good, actually. I thought they were. I thought Bloody actually did best with his infantry, because he did keep up that momentum early. I think he did go in very aggressively, and he killed a lot of Thorax there in the beginning. Nice momentum, nice initiative there. Unfortunately, not something that they could keep up in the end. So, do you guys have any final thoughts on this? Chat, was this about what you expected from this? I mean, it is kind of what we all agreed would be the most likely outcome here. So, what do you think?
Well, somebody disowns you, which is the exact person that
I read that
thought would disown you for saying that, the Nabatean sword is better than the Navatan axe.
I mean, it's just look at the numbers. You know, I follow the data, man. But yeah, pretty much expected outcome of this battle. Wanna thank everyone for showing up, for joining us here, and thank Pacifist and BJ for doing such an excellent job co-commentating here. Without you guys, I would be completely lost. So thanks a lot, and
you did absolutely fine.
And I hope
I
everyone.
barely said anything.
I hope everyone had a pretty good Tuesday night / day, depending on where you are. And we, of course, are going to be back on Friday with Rising Kings versus Honey Badger Brigade.
Do we want to go talk to the teams before you close the stream, or do you just want to?
Yeah. Let's do that. Actually, you're completely right. So,
I mean, I feel like that's fair, right?
On attack, honestly. There was, I would say there's a few.
He's still streaming.
It's still streaming. It's still up.
Okay.
Honestly,
it just came back.
Yeah, honestly, there's always gonna be that what if moment, but I think we, as a team, we did good. We couldn't really we knew once we started putting infantry in, our archers were gonna be weak outside. We knew that they had at least a cav gen because of Parthia. So the sacrifice of archers, we knew we were gonna get charged somewhere somehow. That was just the time, and it was a good charge.
Our initial plan was to use whistling shot on the tribals to lower their melee attack and then cycle charge them, but that didn't work.
I think it's a good initial plan. We didn't see any of that until the very end there, unfortunately.
We didn't follow through.
I was planning to do the initial grind. So our plan was initial grind with my Cardi Axeman. Do that, and then once they went to the main 3 choke points, we were gonna do that strat, that whistling shot and cycle charge.
Question: did you mean to give us Tylus, or did you forget about?
Yeah, no, we meant to give you Tylus.
Actually,
my idea was Galatia's harder to deal with.
I just didn't think we used our archer advantage good enough.
Yeah,
we should have been more aggressive and put our archers in. Because we could have definitely destroyed them.
Y'all shot the fuck out of my archers every time.
But I didn't even get to use all my ammo. Because I was too cautious with them, and I was only shooting archers.
My Eastern ran out at the end.
my 12 markers died with half ammo. So
our plan, the last, I think, we were discussing what our last pick should be, and we were thinking of Parthia instead of Colchis. But we were we need that grindy faction because we didn't trust Parthian swords, so we chose Kolkas.
Yeah. No, I have to agree with your analysis there. And
then we were discussing if 6 Swordmasters and more low tiers or 7 Swordmasters.
I still think the 7 Swordmaster was a smart idea. Our troops were no match.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that was one of the keys behind the defeat here. Actually, the Sword Masters and Swaby in general. Nothing against you personally here, Hermes. Just Swaby not being able to get those kills that they can get certainly.
Yeah, I know. I did poorly with my Sword
But it was also due to defenders pushing you out with archers. Also getting in with nice Thureos
Yeah, they had good
angles there.
Pura.
So well done, Baktiran Peltas, aka Titus. Really well done there.
That wasn't Titus.
That was
That
wrong.
was wrong.
It was wrong.
Yeah,
sorry.
Titus.
My mistake.
Yeah.
Titus still
Stealing
took
my
the credit.
Credit.
It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a test.
But
Yeah.
Titus would not be. I mean, would be okay with taking all the credit.
He
Yeah.
would. No,
I
I
wanted
think
to play Sparta, but
I
please
think
allow me.
I think Titus MVP for killing Marchers there.
We were not. Yeah, we were not happy. Like if you got Sparta, I think we'd be more in trouble.
I
with the
give-
Christians.
MVP to Bees for killing your artillery with Hillman.
Yeah, we didn't want you to have Christians and Syrians to push us like out of the
Wait,
city.
which artillery did you get? Because I was paying attention.
He
On
killed the
Sax.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was already out of ammo pretty much because I broke the wall down.
And I killed Zach's general.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Rom. It's not very nice of you.
so.
Tarsum.
Titus, we actually missed the initial cataphract action. Was it
On
Kimberly
purpose.
Bowwomen?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we
We
figured.
got 2.5.
I think that was also a
Actually.
decisive turn of this battle when
I had
when
half.
you
When we
I-
lost Archer
I would-
advantage.
yeah,
That's when
Yeah.
we lost Archer
I
advantage.
would-
What
bet.
about my cat?
Kander
It slipped in at the end, got almost 400 kills.
Kander on the
Killing riding
the-
units.
on the
And
charge.
archers, all your archers.
Dude, how did
What
it
was that,
like
Bloody?
my Kimberly Bowwomen were fighting it and it
Yeah.
survived
So
with 4 guys?
yeah. So I don't think so. That's late game. I don't think the Royal Cataphract charging Hermes archers would have made a difference. I was out of infantry. They were pushing the middle, and like I Zach didn't have any infantry left. Hermes definitely like was down to like 2 sword masters. Like it wouldn't matter if he got it if he if he
I
got
would say
all
that
the archers.
the turning point was us not being able to force our way. I should have just taken the damage and put my archers in right away and pushed you guys back. Because if I did that, the infantry, we'd have choke point battles and we'd be doing our strategy, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have to just say, really well played to both teams. Land battle was very entertaining. I loved it.
Yeah, let's
And,
talk about the land battle a little bit. Actually,
No,
are you
no.
taking off, PJ? Is that where you're?
Yeah, I need to steal Willem, and we have to go do something. A little battle of ourselves
Okay.
for ourselves.
Well, I'll see
okay.
you
Well,
two
good
later.
luck, guys.
thank
But
you.
I do wanna touch on the land battle actually because ultimately I think that was the main thing that decided this third siege. Land battle. We saw bees with just a horde of horse archers, and
Not very nice, I would say.
Nabatea definitely brought a bunch of cav too. Sacrificed the infantry a little bit and brought heavy cav, right, or heavy on the cav, I should say. I think it ultimately worked out in you guys' favor doing that. And do you guys want to talk a little bit about that? What was the thinking there from the beekeep?
What?
The land battle.
So we thought Sack was gonna be in the middle actually, and they were gonna have a Chimera on the sides with horse archers try to just counter out cavalry.
Mm-hmm.
And so our main plan was to have Rom bring Belerics and just sling Drusian down, and then me and Titus would clean up the sides, and we would just overwhelm them with cav because we had cav advantage, and just like it's really take out Drusian's killing power, making the other two basically solo battles on either two sides, so they couldn't support each other.
Yeah.
Still kind of worked that way though.
No, because you were on the sides, but it still went good.
Yeah, we still won.
Yeah, I think in the middle there, it's pretty volatile. But Lusitani ultimately did okay, I think.
Good job on Mini though. He worked great with those.
Yeah, I think Mini did
Yeah.
great also. That's the thing. They were trading pretty evenly, both of them, and it came down to the flanks ultimately to decide it. And
I just couldn't hold my flank long enough. So
I think I think you really struggle with the Thracian
Horse Archers.
I think if I turned my
Warriors.
slingers earlier, I would have killed.
I mean, I did my best to target them
them
with slingers, right? But I couldn't just kill all of them.
Yeah.
Didn't have enough
Also,
missiles.
I mean, just having that sheer amount of horses running around also is never easy to defend against. So,
well, I also had to deal with the 4 noble blood, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and I wasted lots of pila on that because I didn't want them to run my archers and stuff down. So it was tough.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to use my cav that battle.
No, but you did use it a little bit on the siege, and in the beginning there, it looked like you guys were dancing a little bit before you actually got into each other, Rom and Zach, with your generals. Rom, you were trying to lure him into some slingers, and
Slinger trap, yeah.
And Zach, you were trying to just get into like a back charge. It looked like, and
well, once I realized the trap, I got away pretty scot-free.
Yeah, but then it
you
did.
left him outside.
Yeah, after that, it did not go that well for it. But it did look like you guys got into each other. Also, I think we missed the actual engagement, but we did see like
we didn't have an actual engagement. Actually, he retreated.
Was it just archers that got?
I
slingers?
did take a few pot shots at him, but overall, his gen got away. Both of our gens got away scot-free. We didn't have any casualties over there.
Yeah,
it was an interesting engagement. It was really a distraction, to be honest, and I think that's how they got into the right side archers.
Yeah, that.
It happened at the same time, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that was a great play, honestly.
Yeah, it certainly made a difference. And so once you guys, because I thought Bloody did an excellent job landing on the walls, really pushing aggressively. Those Cartley and the Axemen were just doing great, and they were racking up nice kills.
True.
But can you guys walk me through what happened as far as that initial push after that for the attackers?
So Hermes was looking for opportunities to use the Swordmasters. I think Zach was focused on the left side archers on the thing, and me, I was just pushing hard and using my artillery to the best of my abilities.
I think my position is kind of just cycle charging, but due to the clusterfuck that was that main engagement, I kind of couldn't do it over there. So I started focusing down that left side. I just didn't have enough infantry to maintain constant cycle charges.
In hindsight, I should have sent a Swordmaster to the gate because we burned the arrow towers. Yeah, and that was isolated. They couldn't get shots into me.
Protected by my archers as well. So
yeah,
I was Rom. When you moved your archers right into right in front of my axis, I was wondering if you were doing that for a trap, so I hesitated for a little bit before charging.
Yeah, I moved it up, so I thought we had a secure, but then
I was like, I was like, is he letting me have his archers? But I saw
that too.
Yeah, I saw the thorax on the left side. I was like, is he trying to like fall back and then get my Cardi? And I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let me get as many kills as I can and charge.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys definitely did really well with your initial push, and the defenders, it really almost seemed like you guys were pretty sloppy on your primary defense at the walls. There was a lot of holes.
Well,
that
B
happened.
wanted to put up a light defense, and I felt really uncomfortable with that.
The backstream defense there was bad. It like got surrounded
It almost
by
felt
Nabatean
alone.
Yeah, it was.
The thing was,
there was only backstream infantry
I didn't want to hold that courtyard so much because that's.
And I did.
The attackers get such a such a good side shot, non-shield. It's really good from the flanks, and so I kept saying that we need to fall
you mean
back.
sword side.
Yeah, non-shield sword side. But then just like I kept like saying that we need to hold the main choke points because that's our best engagements. Instead of getting side shot, and they're just gonna overwhelm us, and it's only a matter of time. And just holding them there, just to delay them a little bit, won't do anything basically. So I just wanted to
We
fall back
were-
to points from
yeah.
being
So I just
killed.
fucking died up there alone. I was okay.
No, but I kept telling you to move back.
we were hoping that you'd move back because we could have done what our strat was, which was whistling shot on tribals. It would have
Yeah,
been
your strat is very, very micro intensive with the
And it's a
whistling
lot
shot
of
thing.
micro.
that's
And
yeah, that's
if you shoot over your own troops, you're not doing yourself any favors.
So
yeah,
we-
our plan was to have the Swordmasters engage with the tribals and then whistle shot, because the Swordmasters have like 13 more melee attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you shoot whistling shot over your sword masters, you're basically making them have the stats of a mid tier, which feel.
I did. So in the beginning when we were faction picking, I did lay out that strat. We knew it was micro intensive, but our plan was once he goes to those 3 primary choke points that people usually hold at, we had enough time to like put the sword masters on like the left side. Shoot, it doesn't matter if our troops near our archers get whistling shot, as long as the one that's charging in doesn't get the debuff, right? So it was micro intensive. It was micro intensive. That's why. So in the initial grind, I knew that once we went to the 3 choke points, I'd be out of units. So I because I could focus on my archers, I could do that. Micro, and then my team communicates really well. We talk, we point things out, and I believe that my team could pull that off once we got to the 3 choke points, but we never got to the 3 choke points.
Yeah. It's a tough battle for the walls there in that corner. It's always bloody as hell. It's always volatile.
We were really questioning going Tileless or going Boyai. Like we were
I
really
like Bowie.
I think Bowie would have been better for us, to be honest.
don't know really.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think
We're
so, because they
Because
have
we would be
less
able to
melee
shoot you.
defense, and we
Yeah,
can shoot them.
I honestly don't think it would have made that much of a difference. It's too extremely like against the attacking factions. It just would not have made a big difference. Both of them would have killed. Both of them would have done really well. The only
I'm
difference
just
being
saying they would have
having
died faster. That's what I want to say.
I think it's unfortunate either way with the points that we had. Yeah. Had the tournament been all in Burdigala, it'd be very different, I would say.
all in Burdigala.
Yeah.
We honestly though we had like 3 different point system grabs. We could have done 2-2s, so +1 and then 2-2s. We could have done +3s and +1-0. So there's a lot of combination. We were just we went with a safer option.
I think we fucked up on our attack on Alexandria.
Yeah.
So that was the turning point.
Yeah, I was saying before the battle that I think both of the teams had something to prove as far as the attack goes. So whoever ended up attacking was going to have to show a little bit of a more aggressive attack this time around. And I think you guys actually did do that in the beginning, and we were all leaning towards that you had an advantage going into that second set of choke points. Yeah, I think the defenders did a good job ultimately with the pulling back archers that were looking like they were in rough positions.
I think we did a... Sorry to interrupt.
No, and then getting decent, not perfect, but decent side shots throughout that choke point battle. I saw Bactrian archers coming in and really getting nice angles when they were shot. They moved back right away. So little thing that will always give you that advantage to win the main melee engagement. And since the attackers, you guys, when you did get your archers up there, you instantly started winning some of those engagements, especially the Tillis ones were looking a lot better. And maybe if you would have focused there a little bit more and instead of on that bigger choke point, it would have possibly paid off a little better. But it's hard to say. And what were you going to say, Hermes?
I was gonna say that I feel like we did a great job setting up the attack and like doing the tower wall and then swarming at the same time in the beginning, like aggressive, and then once we got into the city, I feel like we laid off a bit.
Yeah, and it's all about the momentum, right?
Yeah, we should have kept the momentum going and like get everything, like not everything, but get a lot of troops into the city and start
Now we
like
did notice.
overwhelming them.
Yeah, we did notice a bunch of fire at will happening also in the which was you know, honestly, that's not going to win or lose a battle necessarily, but it was still hinting that maybe the attackers weren't keeping that focus up that you ultimately need, because we saw sword
Bloody
masters. Sword masters chucking a bunch of peel on the wall, and then
Dyers, legionaries,
Eastern archers. Eastern archers firing
guys.
into mercenary hoplites in the front. That was but you know, I think you guys rectified. At least I saw bloody archers.
I turned off.
Yeah, I thought I turned off my archer's fire at will too in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that made a huge difference in the end, those two instances, but it still was something that kind of hinted also how it was gonna end there. Titus, you had some fun with the cataphracts, but it took you a while, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
It was all planned.
Welcome to
all planned.
Hello, Wellington.
Bye, Ellington.
Can we all work now?
Hello, Wellington.
Welcome back.
Hello, Ellington. Welcome back.
Did you manage to catch most of that? He's gone again. Oh. I guess he's doing a dance. Maybe he's having some mic issues there. Oh, he's back.
Maybe this time.
Just maybe.
Again.
Oh, I saw
it
light up.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
I'm doing a little debrief here with the players.
What happened?
We won.
Yeah, sorry. Unfortunately, we finally got people in and couldn't watch the end of it.
Luckily, it will be up though on YouTube, so you will be able to.
You made sure to click that check mark.
Well, you don't have to on YouTube, luckily. So now it's all good. But yeah,
honestly though, I had fun playing with B's team. From the start we knew it was going to be a close match on both ends.
I think this one, this and the fight against Gorms, like GG's in the last tournament, were the most entertaining matches for me.
Yeah, for me
Even
too.
I wouldn't mind going on the other side of the bracket, play some teams where you don't play really normally against,
Also,
right?
I have to thank Titus for joining in both the battles and
you know that Titus saved you from
every battle.
disqualification. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Titus. You are very
Where's my
appreciated.
money?
You get
you're not wrong there, Beast. I think Titus actually did make a huge difference for you guys. Despite a really shitty first battle, he did pull it together for the defense, but then also the land battle and now on the defensive.
He did really well on the land battle.
What was fun with me, like the funnest thing that so during the battle we're all stressing, but like that moment where it ends, there's a victor, there's a defeat. What I like seeing is, and when the team is balanced, when all 6 players teams are kills are so closely. On that first battle, everyone got like over 2,000, I think, and we were down to like a couple units. Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm just like every team had one that didn't get 2,000 and then 2 that got 2,000.
But even though like it was so like all the kills for all the battles were all close. Like kill count wise,
like every battle was down to a few units and archers basically.
Yeah, I think it was a great matchup. Honestly, your guys' teams, it was very even all in all, even though the individual battles might not have been. And yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the matches as well. Like it's always nice when you can play against a team that you enjoy playing against and not get pissed when you
Oh no, we were always we were memeing each other since day one.
Maybe we can scream in the future.
Yeah,
Yes, I would
definitely,
like to do that.
definitely. Oh, just
I
not.
mean, I
I was gonna
sorry,
say.
go ahead.
I was gonna say just not Casurgis. We already did that
Yeah,
multiple
like-
times.
Yeah, like for the semifinals, we're not helping you, biz. Like, I'm done with them. Not.
No, I'll scream with them for sure.
Oh my gosh, dude. If people that don't know, when we were practicing, there's I love Panda's team, but like they made us practice on that app like 6 or 7 times.
Oh
So
no.
painful. So painful.
So
Yeah,
painful playing 7 matches on the same square map.
Same square map.
we did predict that RandomX, you practice a lot more siege battles, and
we did not do on the land battle.
Yeah, and that I think it's good to practice the siege battles, but ultimately I think it was the land battle that decided this. So
I think it was my poor
Honestly, I got
Swordmaster play
really
that
scared.
decided this. So.
I got really scared in the land battle. Like in the middle part, I thought we were gonna lose because it was not looking good for Rom. Rom was kind of breaking in the middle, and I was just like, okay, fuck, I gotta just go ham with these cav archers.
Mm-hmm.
And you
No,
In
and
the first 5 minutes,
that was
your
exactly what was
general's
needed.
dead.
Yeah, you did really well in
Yeah.
land battle, B.
Thank you.
Rom, you suck.
Yeah,
Oh,
agreed.
you suck.
Agreed. Underperforming.
Hey, pacifist, but he was up
Yeah?
against your favorite unit, Hoplite.
I know. Mini did
Oh,
so
we,
good holding
Called
that
it-
center.
All
That's-
on
And
Yeah, that's why he lost, right? Because he went against the
bloody
Hoplite.
Yeah.
picked up your favorite hoplite unit, the Colkin.
Oh
were
yeah,
so
we
happy
spent
to see
way
that.
too
Red
long.
Arbor
looking at that.
Desert. That's your favorite.
We zoomed in so much on those Colchian nobles. They're beautiful. They're just beautiful.
And we even gave them some extra kills and
No,
lied
no,
to everyone.
I just gotta ask Kander,
Mhm.
how much did BJ rave about those? How
I
much?
mean, two
it was
not enough.
10
not
minutes
enough.
at least.
Yeah, that's what I
He,
thought.
he could go on
Anybody
and
just
on.
thinks-
He could go on and on.
I did
The
like,
wings
I
for
wasn't-
sure. Red
I
Bull.
wasn't stream sniping. I just kept the stream open until the pick and ban was over, and I heard all of you screaming. He picked Swaby.
We are so excited.
We loved it. We loved the
Yeah.
pick. Although I will say your use of Swaby was a little
I played Swaby 3 times in my life, pacifist.
I probably
I-
played
I-
with Swaby in that point.
What's the
I think
second
Zach
Swaby
would have done
attack
better with Swaby.
that we've seen?
Swaby is one. I practiced with Navite all week, so I just wanted to use them.
Yeah, I was considering Zach playing Swaby, but then he practiced with Nabatia the whole week, so.
Yeah,
It's
I
our
think you
second
did.
Swaby on attack that we've seen.
Yeah, and honestly, Swaby on attack, it can work out beautifully if executed.
or it
Yeah,
can
if
really
you have
fuck
that
you with
foothold, and you can cycle charge, it's beautiful.
And your archers inside,
Mm,
most
mm.
importantly.
Yeah. But as far as the faction picks went, I thought it was a super even matchup. I don't think
Even though they had more points than us.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually gained any advantage, obvious advantage there. Obviously, Tillis is a strong one, but in my eyes, Swaby can counter Tillis in an excellent way.
with 7 freaking sword masters. Hell yeah.
But so I was a little curious how you guys set up in the beginning. Obviously, attackers, you can't choose who you're attacking, but defenders, you chose Bactria and Parthia versus Swaby. Was there a specific reason for that, or?
So basically,
They
it
were
was
the
that.
best hero factions.
Also, on my side on the right, it was really good for slingers, countering out their archer angles.
Mhm.
And so I kind of chose that side because I wanted to have good slingshots and able to have choke point battles where I could cycle in with my tribals and do a lot of damage and get their worth.
Yeah.
And I think that went pretty good for our side. And also, I wanted the archers to be gathered on the left, so they could fight out the archers in the middle, and also
But their artillery just kept fucking
And
up.
that's, I think that certainly worked out with the archers. And I mean, you did rack up a lot of kills with those tribals. So
My archers just got focused.
I think the plan worked. Archers was enough to hold back swordmasters from the walls, and then they had to go through the breach ultimately.
I was happy we did manage to take out some of their artillery, so they couldn't get.
You just want to draw attention to that, don't you?
just wanna rub it in a little bit more.
Yeah, well, he had his Shakespeare there too, so that's unfortunate.
Beast, you did leave his artillery crew alive, or did you just come back, or what happened there?
It didn't come back. It died.
It routed fully.
It was my artillery that was still alive.
Oh, the Colchian. Sorry.
Yeah. But it was 2 ballistas. I can't do that mass volley. And I had perfect, I was trying to manually aim in the middle too to get rid of your archers. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was certainly entertaining.
Really good battle.
Yeah, I thought so. Good job to all the players.
Rematch?
You guys need a rematch for sure. But right now, I think Beekeep need to prepare for their next opponent. So
semi-final.
you guys will probably want to watch Friday's battle between Rising Kings and Honey Badgers, because one of those teams are going to be your opponents.
So Rising Kings, let's see.
Must suck when it beat us Friday to Rising Kings.
That's the next map, by the way.
Oh, you guys think that Rising Kings will win the next match?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I think.
Sorry, Slan. You're losing.
I think the Honey Badgers are definitely considered the underdog, so I'll be interested to see that matchup.
I hope they win. I hope.
Yeah. What's the next map? Is it
I think it's going to be between Tarsus and Casurgis, yeah.
Oh, please don't.
If it's Casurgis, I'm betting on Panda's team. They've been spamming that practice match for a while now.
It's an interesting map, and it's certainly worth practicing on it in my eyes.
Bees are not
practicing.
I refuse.
Forfeit, Titus.
No, play campaign.
Yeah, we couldn't get stats right on.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see Rom coming into the team and doing well. So good job switching out some players without taking any hits in the dynamics and the general. And you guys kind of had to form that dynamic between you three real fast. So I think you really did well there in that regard. But was it a plan to get Sat in here for the siege?
Yes.
Or
It was, but I think I could sadly not get a hold of him. I think something.
That's why we had a longer pause between the land battle and the siege. So Beast can.
Yeah, it wasn't as long as Sunday, but it was still pretty long. Yeah. I think I'm out of questions. Do you have any more questions, Pass, or comments?
Not really. I mean, I was kind of hoping to see the Hex Bear a little closer to the front line, but
I was scared of the Syrians.
Not gonna lie, we were calling that you would not use those Hex Bears pretty early. So when we saw them back by the artillery, it was like, nah.
I mean, it could have, I see now that I could have broke those Hillmen way faster with the Hex Bearers.
So what I like to do with the Hex Bears, if I'm playing Swaybe, is put them on the tower and just keep them.
I was just gonna suggest that.
On the tower,
If you keep them on the tower close to the front line, you can pop those fear abilities and have the fear effect.
From what I know, you can't pop abilities if you're on the tower.
You can. Absolutely can.
Absolutely.
With the general, it doesn't work.
It does.
No, it does. It does.
For me, I swear I tried it and my general would not do second wind on
Try it again.
Well, anyway, guys, it was a really nice battle. I need to head off.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Big B's, I
GG.
understand we've made an arrangement, so I will be changing your name
Fuck
to what we agreed to.
Big
I'm glad to
B's
hear
are like
that.
capital B.
Yeah,
Oh,
with a
glad to
capital
hear.
B.
Pontus
There
thing.
you go.
Wasn't someone supposed to be Pontus in this game?
Cassis die as well, pacifist.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Sorry, hold on.
Don't try that.
Yeah, I got you.
Are you just making it a capital B or big
Do
B's?
lowercase b. Lowercase
I'm
b,
fine.
'cause it's then
Just
it's a little b.
B.
Just put it
For
lowercase b.
for anyone still watching,
Hold on.
Beast had his name in the Discord on the line here in this battle, and I think he
Who
got it
changed my
back.
name?
I don't know.
Someone changed my name too.
Well, I mean, now the whole team is just small.
Small
You now look
brain
B, you've
plays
messed it up.
Oh, change
Small
Mexi.
rum.
Mexi came on. Execute him.
Small moo.
All right. Well, Beast, thanks for an entertaining game, and
Yes.
Only him?
we'll
See you
see you
guys.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, only him.
See you,
Only
B.
him.
Screw you.
All right. I'm gonna also pop into a separate channel and finish this stream up. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming out and watching this. I'm gonna sign off now, and we'll probably have another stream up soon for the continuation of this tournament. So thanks for popping by, and I'll